bad. Better than expected. Keeping the vibes chill today. We've got 2 days until Dreamhack Dallas. No real plans today either. I'm thinking we talk about the event, predictions, just a review of the teams, the pools, stats, I guess, looking at scrims, playing the game. I don't know what we're doing today, man. Say Spider, Robert Long, Hoy, how you doing, man? Welcome. Swaggin' Wagon, second, sure. Wait, let me dismiss this. Oh, Healthy. Yeah, you're first in Twitch, Healthy. Let's go, brother. Got that Crunchyroll insert keeps popping up on my chat. I keep missing the first chatter. Barbosa, ahoy. Welcome, bro. How you doing? Unless you guys want to help guide the stream today. Any plans? Tweet is live. Or it should be. Hi, Chris. Path of the War. Oh, I got to show you guys the new badges. I showed my Discord. Today's been going good, Swag. We've been big chilling today. I'm not going to lie. Today's been kind of slow, but I think it's, it's the calm before the storm. And it's an opportunity for me to kind of rest the vocals in preparation for this weekend, right? They say it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. I mean, that's true. Halo Infinite, Halo in general is a game of, inches, milliseconds. How we do, Michael? I feel like I'm always watching scrims. When's the last time I played some damn good Halo? I literally played yesterday. We didn't play long, but I might do that today. We got no scrims. JBV, welcome, man. No, I don't think we have any, Eduardo. Aldito. Everybody is moving to Dallas, doing other things. Is what I'm seeing right now on Twitch. There's a big tournament or something happening on Twitch. Some sort of LATAM-based $4,000 event. Look at all the people streaming. Devtrog, what's up, man? This is the Combat Evolved Mega Suite, apparently. I'm not really sure what to expect here. So yeah, as far as what we're doing today, unless we're watching some of whatever this tournament is, right? Extreme Breaker seems to be streaming it, or he's a commentator on it. There's so many viewers tuning in for it, right? How many viewers in Halo Infinite right now? Can I open a... How do I see the total for the game? Can't just scroll through and find it, huh? 10K. There's 10K people watching Halo, out of nowhere. On Twitch. 10K for this event. Why is there such a massive popularity in the LATAM region, and how come we don't see that in our esports tournaments? I'm doing good, Dev. I'm bored too. I'm not going to lie. I went high. Hope we could just hang out and vibe today. Talk about the tournament. What's happening today? Can you please explain it better? Henry, I'm going to be honest. I got no freaking idea. We're figuring it out as we go. We've got a tournament in 2 days. We had scrims throughout the week that we can go back and review. There's a Shopify Fortress Bomb opening. I kind of want to show you guys versus Optic, which I had been talking about. I've got new badges and emotes coming, and they're about ready to go. And I wanted you guys to take a look at that as well. So when people trickle in here, maybe we'll have a better idea of how to make this happen. Is it Cliniac? Thank you, man. Welcome. Or what's up? Welcome. Finally got my controller settings about dialed in. Good to hear, say Spider. Now you just got to grind. Cool. Hopefully that's good enough of an answer. You guys want Optic versus SR or bust. That's how it is around here. This is not the right vibes music. This is good, but it's not it. What's going on is we got a tournament in 2 days. Hi, RD. I have an updated curb slide vid tutorial. Did you see my masterclass video, Austin? It's still pretty relevant. After going back to back, I feel like they're in the best position to do so. You're down bad? What do you need from me, Henry? What can I do? Nemesis versus Optic, that'd be fun. We're not going to get that in the pools, right? Let's take a look at the pools. How about that? If you're looking at the thumbnail on my YouTube, that is actually organized, I believe, in order of pool play. Like down vertically. Shout out to Jay who put that together. Off the pool play graphic. Well, this isn't exactly pools, but it's the schedule, right? Let me just save these images. You got it down vertically. Yes, that's what I was hoping for. I was already on it, apparently. This is pools. Why don't pros post their controllers and settings? A lot of pros' settings are accessible through their Twitch streams. So you just go to their Twitch stream, type !settings, and usually you'll get an answer. Pros also change their settings and their controllers pretty frequently. Some of them do, at least. If you have questions about a specific pro, I might know what they're playing on, but the most popular controllers right now is the GameSir, G7, the Razer, Wolverine. There's a few Battle Beavers in there. Maybe a couple people on the new Scuff, I'm not sure, but Victrix Gambit. It's mostly the Razer and the GameSir right now for the top teams. Yeah, you go to the Twitch, and then, yeah, because just settings, usually, is enough. As far as controllers, I don't know if they got a command. What's up, Frankie? Much love from Toronto, brother. Welcome back. When does it actually start? Let me get you a schedule graphic. How about that? I'm just the source of information for all things Dreamhack this Friday. The best source would be just HCS Twitter. This is where I'm getting all this from. Not legal, but the Blitz 2 is great. I've never heard of the Blitz 2. So it says player check-in starts at 6. Wait, what? That's Thursday. Friday, the broadcast starts at 12 p.m. CT, apparently. The open bracket, all of the doors open, open bracket. This is all CT. So I guess the broadcast doesn't actually start till 1 p.m. Eastern. Usually I get on at 12 p.m. Eastern is kind of my ballpark. But now I'm recognizing, I guess it's going to be an hour later than I expected, which I'm okay with. We can get on at 12 p.m. Eastern anyway, and then just kind of talk shop until the event starts. What's up, Wellboy? Started following Frosty's controller settings, and it's been a game changer. Frosty's on, isn't he like 0.15.3, 0.5.3 or something like that for movement and aim for dead zones? I'm late? Hi, Samantha. I am late today, mainly because I don't really have a game plan. We got no scrims. I got nothing to watch. We got Dreamhack in 2 days. And I figured I could use the time to just kind of chill. But I also miss you guys, so here we are. What are the 4 teams in each bracket? So we start with pool play. And the 4 teams in each pool, 3 of each pool are decided. The 4th of obviously undecided, right? 4 teams out of the open bracket are going to join pools by Saturday. Signed shirt from Lucid, please. How do I get that for you, bro? I'm not even going. I'm going to be at home. I'm going to be right here watching it with you guys. Zane, what's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome. It's the only 2000 hertz controller out there. There's such a thing. How much more latency can we shave off before we're just kind of playing from the future? You know what I mean? Like, at what point does the controller just kind of guess the inputs from your brain signals before the buttons are hit, you know? We got pre-button press and latency. Negative latency. You're doing good? That's good to hear, man. Just living the work life. Fair enough. I've been good too, man. I've been, similar, grinding. Although we don't have much planned for today. That's what you need badly. Maybe someone else can get it. What? The controller that predicts your inputs before you press them and knows what you want. Knows exactly what you meant to do. It's like, oh yeah, I meant to do that skill jump. That'd be pretty dope. So we got Optic TSM and Gen G in Pool A. Shopify Nemesis Omit in Pool B. FaZe Cloud9 Zero Tenacity Pool C. SSG Envy and Complexity in Pool D. I can already tell which pool is going to be the sweatiest. Chat, what do you think? Which pool is the pool of death? Most modern mice are on 8,000 hertz, so pretty far behind. Holy shit. Wait, really? 8,000? What's the latency on that? What does that even mean? So we're working with 0.0 something seconds, right? Pool D. Chat's not very talkative. Thank you, Dev and Henry. Let's go. Pool D. For death. Conveniently. For don't go anywhere near that pool. Yo, that's what I'm wondering, Warm. Is that arena turning view botting, or is Halo that nutty for Latin America? That's literally what I got on the stream today. And I was like, bro, there's 10,000 people watching Halo for this Randy 4K tourney. I mean, sweet. You know, like I love that there's little tournaments happening. Why is there 10,000 people and so many streamers with hundreds of viewers, if not thousands, right? What the fuck? Where is this community at our Halo tournaments, right? Or like, I don't know. There's a larger community here than in North America, it seems. How'd I lose so many subs? I know, bro. It's so last event at Arlington, we got about 1,250 subs in a weekend. It's been 30 days. So we lost about 1,250 subs in a span of like 2 or 3 days. It hurts. It hurts a little bit to see it go, but it's all part of the process. Yeah, big gifteds. I'm about to start speaking Spanish, yeah. It can't all be viewbotting. No, I just believe that there's a lot of passion right here. And I guess these people come from other games. They're multi streamers, right? Like, what is it? Variety streamers from other games that are jumping on Halo and have large platforms that they're bringing to Halo for the day. Which is still pretty cool. Time to double on that dream. Yeah, so the hope is that we just kind of make up for all of it this weekend. But, you know, either way, we're going to have fun. I'm going to bring my A game. We're going to get passionate. We're going to get hype, you know. I don't know if Dreamhack's going to be as crazy as Arlington was as far as the tournament. Like, some shit happened that we never could have expected. But I think expect the unexpected when it comes to Halo tournaments. That said, Pool D, we know it's the pool of death. We know that SSG have shown quite a bit of inconsistency. Their last scrim was just yesterday. We didn't get to witness it. There's been a lot of conversations about SSG and their chemistry as a team, whether or not they're going to stick together, whether or not things are working, if they could even maintain top 4 at this point, right? That's even looking shaky. They lost to TSM. Something like 9-6 or 9-5 just yesterday. Cody, hold on. Cody, no problem, brother. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Just love you, brother. Thank you for keeping our game alive. Just, thank you for keeping me alive with the super chats and the subs, guys. It means a lot. It's a reciprocal, I appreciate all you guys. What's good, Drum? How are we doing, guys? Happy Wednesday. It's going to be a bit of a chill vibes Wednesday. Anyway, we talked about SSG looking inconsistent. We know that. They got beat by TSM. A few teams got beat by TSM, which means that TSM will be a tough competitor for Optic. We'll talk about that maybe in a second. But SSG's position being shaky, coupled with Envy looking surprisingly good. They just got together a few weeks ago, right? We're looking at, oh, that's so convenient. Descendant, Piggy, Precision, and Yaxon. They got the names under the teams. Love to see it. Lefty with $2. Hold on. We got some breathtaking individuals in the chat. Freaking love it. Yeah, Formal pointed that out, Shouty. He said zero tenacity makes no sense. Formal was like, shouldn't it be like like the opposite or something? Like if you got zero tenacity, that means that you got like no ice. Anyway. So Envy have been looking surprisingly kind of dominant. I think dominant might be the right way to display it, right? Where's that Halo Data Hive page I had open? If we sort this 100 previous scrims, that's kind of cool that you could do this. And look at some of Envy's stats. 10-2 versus Gen G. 12-3 versus Omit. You know, mind you, these aren't the top teams necessarily. They 3-0'd TSM back-to-back in the Forge Hub tourney. Forge Hub maps, but still. Another 8-4 versus Omit. They 7-7'd Optic, which is their most notable scrim. They tied Optic. They're a huge question mark on LAN, but I think a true tell of their ability will be shown in that pool versus SSG. We got a weakened SSG, and we got a fiery, hot-looking Envy online. Will they carry it over to LAN? I think that's the question. Complexity, on the other hand, has seen a bit of a glow-up in the last few weeks, I think, too, right? Like, now, I wouldn't necessarily put them at the caliber of Envy in scrim stats, but they found chemistry, and they found it in a way that I feel like they didn't have in the lead-up to Arlington with this new team, right? Like, it looked real bad in the first couple weeks. But now it's kind of starting to come together. They took like 4 wins off of SR in 2 different scrims that they play with them. They had won 3 games in a row in a scrim versus SR. Where's Complexity? On here, bro. 7-0 versus Dead Inside. Okay. Complexities, of course, Sparty, Cherished, Mental, obviously. They got 18-year-old, obviously, kind of newer to the scene. Someone with a spotlight on him, I think, with this team as well. Gonna be curious to see if he can kind of activate. Cherish has been looking good on the roster, too. Cody with 5 now. Whoa. Was you at Anaheim, Orlando, 2009? No. We had 64 teams playing in the open bracket. All the lobbies shoulder to shoulder and screen to screen. Good times. Damn, that sounds awesome, Cody. Thank you so much for the 5, man. No, I didn't go to any events during that time period, brother, and I wish I did. I totally missed out on the golden era. Energy with the damn good energy, bro. Let's go. Appreciate you too, man. Thank you for the $5 super chat from EU. Let's go. War Turtle, what's up, brother? It's going good, man. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. We're kind of just chilling, talking about the tournament. Yeah, I wasn't around. I didn't like truly join the Halo community until 2018. I know it's crazy. But, well, I wish I was there. I was just saying yesterday, the fact that I wasn't there, I think is part of what allows me to be so passionate about Halo now. You know? Because I think a lot of people who were present in Halo when it was at its peak miss what it was and sort of reminisce, or, you know what I mean? They see where it's gone. And I think it's getting better. But, you know, there's definitely some dark periods that the community's been through that I guess I wasn't a part of. So I kind of came in blank slate, you know, even though I'd always kind of loved Halo. I just wasn't invested like I am now. Complexity with a 7-6 over Cloud9. See, that's a notable stat right there. This scrim, they beat C9. They had a scrim that was close with FaZe too, nearly a tied scrim with FaZe. We're looking at C9 being a top 6 team. So Complexity, you know, in comparison to their previous scrim stats where they were getting slammed by every other team basically before Arlington, and once they formed this squad, but here, like, you know, right before Dallas, a little bit more optimistic about how things have been going. They, I believe, Sparty McFly with 277, outslaying the lobby here, right? Sparty's definitely been a focal point in this team, and I think a lot of people are rooting for him, so I'm curious to see if he can kind of bring his A game and do some damage in that pool. But that's why it's going to be so spicy. We got, like, you know, Complexity versus Envy is also a bit of a rematch between players like Precision, for example, from the past roster, moving over to Envy, right? I don't know if there was any kind of drama and dialogue that took place with that. And the new Complexity, you know, is there any sort of storyline that we can kind of look to see if Precision's getting some vengeance, let's say, right? People are confused. Like, why would you remove a top Slayer off your team and replace him with, you know, kind of the question mark of obviously and Cherished? Have I used my new Pick'ems feature on Halo Data Hive for your predictions? No, how does that work? Hey, Preppin, thank you, man. Yeah. I guess we're blessed, bro. I don't know. I think I came in with a ton of passion for Halo 5's competitive gameplay, and I wanted to talk about it in a way that nobody else was. And I think that's all it really took, right? So I think it's also an indication that if you're passionate about something, whether it's Halo, hopefully it's Halo, and you don't make content, there's always an opportunity for you to kind of blow up and become relevant and become valuable in a community late down the line. Even though there's a ton of history and relationships built up and whatnot. And obviously, I still have a lot to learn and, figure out in that regard. I don't have a lot of long-term relationships built with people in the community. I know how to bring value.
Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo.
Oh my God.
Lil Pete with the 5-month resub. Love to see you, man. It's going to be a hell of a weekend. Welcome back. It's good Eternal if I didn't say that already. Click on the Dreamhack Dallas LAN and then the feature. Wait. Events, LANs. We're just talking about anything, Mash. And we got the tournament in 2 days, so I figure we can just chat a bit about pools and what's to come and whatever comes up in the chat as we go. Hey, Cody, thank you, man. It was an experience, to say the least. I bet, man. I mean, I look back at some of the videos from back then and the love and care that went into MLG as well from a full production standpoint. Like, there was so much that went into MLG with the TV show and whatnot, and the storylines behind the players and their stats and the way all that was displayed and the educational content that they would try to create around how to play the maps and stuff. Like, it was actually beyond its time, MLG, in so many ways. Coupled with the very sort of like the way that the stands were sort of lined up, and something about it was like a more intimate looking experience than our modern like Halo championships, displayed in a way that, with an attention to detail that I think we just don't have the budget for in our current, era of Halo, it seems. Okay, click on Dreamhack and then pick them. Wait, Halo World Championship 2025, Dreamhack Dallas. Pick them. Your pick'ems. Oh, cool. Wait, how does that work? Okay, so who's going to be who in the pools? Oh. I mean, I'm generally a pretty safe gambler. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I'm going to go for, what I think is the safest bet. Though Pool D, Envy, Complexity is going to be a grueler. Okay, so Pool D is competitive. Before we start picking in whatever. Was a deeply thought of organization HCS took and gave it a small... Well, I wouldn't necessarily say... I don't know if they gave it a smaller effort. I think one of the big things with MLG is maybe it wasn't governed by Microsoft in the same way that Halo is, and maybe there was more freedom for the people who ran it and less expectations. And you know what I mean? Like, the industry evolved and everything sort of changed as far as like what was acceptable and what kind of like key performance indicators their investors and whatnot need. I think the industry has gotten a lot more complicated than maybe it was back in the day when everything was sort of grassroots, right? And kind of your creativity and the freedom of expression that you had, running MLG was probably, it was probably just like a lot more grassroots in the way that they do, like the love and care that goes into Smash Bros tournaments. You can still kind of get that feeling from some Smash events. Though it's been a long time since I watched anything Melee. Yeah. My mom is a bot. John, are you trolling in first? Oh, there you are. Can anyone hear me? There you go. This guy's already trolling. Okay. Phase C9, Zero Tenacity. My thing with C9 is they're kind of a big question mark, right? Like, wait, let's get a second Halo Data Hive. They looked good the moment that Lethal joined the team, and then as time has gone on, they've gotten more inconsistent, is what it seems like. They beat Omit 14-6. That was their most recent scrim, so that was confident. Omit, as far as they're standing right now, it's expected that they're confidently winning that matchup. But if you look at others, like we just saw the Complexity one where Complexity beat them 7-6. Teams are going to vary in their ability from day to day as well. They got 11 forward by TSM. Like, TSM is one team that's got to be in the top 6 expectations coming into the tournament off their scrim stats, right? If FaZe play like last event, FaZe rock the pools. Yeah, so it's hard to imagine. Like, so one thing that I think Lethal will bring to Cloud9 is a element of LAN consistency. Maybe that could help them push past their recent placing. I mean, they placed top 6. It's going to be hard to imagine them going farther. I'm just saying, I guess my expectation for this team is a little shakier now that they're showing some inconsistency online, right? Cloud9, 8-6 over Omit. So this was the scrim they played with them, I guess, just before that. And that was much closer. Yeah, like 11-4. Seven six complexity, 13 0'd by Optic on that Sunday. I missed that one, but 13 0'd, you know. Hi, Souls. How many teams make it out of pools? 4. The old format only had 2, but this one we get 4, like it's standard major format, mister. So 4 teams get out. John, please generate Shyway as Ghibli art. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. What do they do with my beard? Smash tourney player wave dashed through the floor and lost the 2. Yeah, you're talking about Moki, right? I saw it on my Twitter timeline. It's a known buggy location. Yeah, I think they warned, they like cast or cursed it or whatever. They like said he better not do what he was going to do or something like that. And then he went ahead and just, yeah, wave dashed through the floor. That game is insanely deep. And it's crazy how much nuanced like knowledge there is about every component of the game. After, what, 20 plus years that people have been messing with it? Lethal has a land buff. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is that there's a lethal land buff in the picture here, and they look different on land, because on line they've been looking inconsistent, and they don't seem like a top 6 team anymore, based off of all the new competition that seems to be kind of flooding in. So maybe they'll change that in land. But I think it's a safe bet to say FaZe dominates this pool. I still see C9 beating Zero Tenacity. Zero Tenacity haven't exactly showcased any more consistency than C9 have. So I'm going to say we go first, second, third. I don't know who's joining. The open bracket could be sweatier than we expect. That's a big one too, right? Like, I still see Mind freaking Ether. I think Ether could do some damage. They've been looking good online. Shopify, Nemesis, Omit. There's not like a balance that I can find here. Actually, if we do this. Kind of like that. That's a little better. What's up, Chris? Ether could go crazy. Are they going to Group C if they make it through their brackets? You guys can already tell where they end up if they win in their section of the bracket. So Optic had trouble with Nemesis. Did Shopify play Nemesis? I don't even think they got a chance, right? Because Nemesis got 3-0'd by FaZe. So I don't even think they had a chance to play Shopify. Shopify and Nemesis, I believe, scrimmed. Yeah, they scrimmed in advance of Arlington, but they've had no scrims in advance of Dallas. Nemesis, interestingly, have not been in a boot camp for Dallas. I'm not sure at what point they've flown over. I assume they're already over there, so they can at least adjust to the time zone. But Zero Tenacity is the one EU team that I'm aware has been boot camping for the last like week or so, getting any last-minute experience they can. So it kind of is a disadvantage for Nemesis to not have the EXP before Dallas, or maybe it can play into their benefit as a wild card because they surprised Optic. So I kind of don't know what to expect. I still feel like Shopify is super consistent to the point where it's not going to be a problem for them winning this series. But I guess that's kind of the big question mark. I see Nemesis beating Omit. And if they don't, then, you know, I think their whole kind of, my whole perspective on where they land in top 6 and beyond might shift. So hopefully they come out strong, because I want Nemesis to be our wild card team, you know, our dark horse wild card. But I don't know what to expect for Shopify. Nemesis beating Optic was definitely a cool surprise, especially considering what happened as a result of it, you know? If Shopify win the pool, is Nemesis out? No. So the way it works is 3 teams from every pool will get out, right? So that's the beauty of being in pool play, is as long as you don't lose to everybody, then you should still move on at the very least. 2 teams in each pool will make it into winner bracket, but their seeding is going to be different depending on their placement in the pool. So Shopify, if they get first place in the pool, they're going to have the best possible seed in the winner side of the bracket and champ bracket. Nemesis, if they get second place, they're still in the winner bracket, but a slightly worse seed, meaning they have to play a harder team, like, for example, Optic, assuming Optic wins their section of the pool, in game 1 in the winner bracket, which is what ended up happening with Optic and Shopify, right? Because Optic got second place in their pool in Arlington. They had to go up against Shopify in, like, game 1 in the winner bracket, and then they got sent into lower bracket round 1. So that wouldn't have happened if they didn't lose to Nemesis in pool play. Third place in the pool goes directly into lower bracket, and they wait for the loser of the winner bracket matchup to play, I think is how that works, right? So they're in the lower bracket of the champ bracket. They got one more chance. Fourth place in every pool is out of the tournament. Usually the team out of open bracket gets fourth place. That didn't happen in Arlington. We had a surprise at Arlington where Luminosity didn't win a single series in pool, right? I think they lost to Ether. Posthumous. Thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome. Let's go. And because Luminosity didn't win any games, they got knocked out. And Ether, I think, slid into lower bracket. Yeah, no problem, Marty. You want C9 to win? I think it'd be cool to see a new team rise to the occasion, enter grand finals, maybe win the thing for sure. I don't think C9 will be that team, but it'd be crazy. The story would be crazy for sure. We'll see. I mean, you never know who's going to surprise you, I think, when LAN comes around. TSM, on the other hand, in this pool, TSM has been, I feel like I'm most optimistic about their recent standings online and how that'll reflect in LAN, because in the past, they've showcased consistency on LAN. Not enough to get past top 3, but just the fact that they have the ability to take out top teams on a good day is, something to take note of. I think their scrim stats recently have been super positive. I mean, 8-5 over SSG just yesterday. 12-3, they got beat by FaZe pretty hard, and that was FaZe's clap back because they did beat FaZe right before that. Getting beat by Envy is interesting, but that was Forge Hub, so I'm not going to worry too much about Forge Hub. TSM 11-4 over C9. FaZe had a rough week where they got 11-2'd by Envy as well. Kalo City, thank you for the follow. Welcome. 11-2'd by by Eddie. Envy is kind of nuts. Where's the FaZe TSM scrim? Here's a 10-7 FaZe SSG. That's cool to know. SSG in the past has beaten FaZe both in scrims and in the case on lane. FaZe clap back there. So 9-6 TSM Space Station is what I was looking for. So they've taken series off the top 4 or scrims off the top 4. They've had pretty competitive scrims with SR and Optic, all things considered. The only thing that hurts TSM is I feel like Optic, despite how good I know TSM is, Optic's not afraid of this team. I feel like they have so much experience playing TSM. They probably scrim TSM more than any other team. And they played money matches versus the players on TSM or with the players on TSM more than they've done with anybody else, So I feel like there's a lot of comfort and sort of an expectation that they're going to come in and dominate in this matchup. But maybe, who knows? TSM, they've been grinding for a long time. It's good to see Manny back on the team. I think it's benefiting them from a chemistry standpoint. So maybe they'll come back with a force that we haven't seen before. I think TSM will shake things up versus the other top 4, though. FaZe, SSG, I see them breaking top 4 and kind of being the one team that has the best chances of actually breaking top 4 at this tournament. Unless Nemesis can find a way to kind of steal that spotlight. Feel like Complexity should be an 11 or 10 seed. Zero Tenacity should be the 12th. What is their current seed? Oh, Complexity is number 12. Well, Complexity's 12th seed is I guess just based on the performance that they showed when they got together, right? So well, they've gotten a recent glow up in the past 2 weeks and things have been looking a little bit better. Before that, it was looking miserable, right? So I kind of understand where they are. I guess, unfortunately, they had to jump right into qualifying tournaments the moment they formed their team. And they didn't have the chem yet, and this is kind of the result, So had they done the qualifying tournaments 2 weeks ago, or just this past week, then I would put them higher on the list. I'd put them above Omit on the list. And Gen G probably, too. But then again, we don't know where they would have placed. TSM getting top 3. Those boys coming. Top 3. I mean, I think it's possible. I wouldn't put it by them. I think it's possible. Beautiful. Okay, so then for pick'ems, I would say TSM takes Gen G. I'm going to say this order is the order that it goes, right? Pretty much what you'd expect. I think, Envy versus Complexity will be one of the most interesting matchups to watch because I don't know what kind of energy Envy is going to bring to LAN, but my expectation is that the order is going to be exactly what we see from top to bottom at every pool. So how does this work then? Getting bodied by Envy when you're FaZe is a bad look. Yeah, I mean, once again, so I always take it with a grain of salt too, because this is online Halo, and I don't know every team's circumstances from week to week. Like, FaZe looked good versus TSM just the other day, so that's something to be optimistic about. But yeah, like, players are moving around and stuff. They live in different parts of the U.S. That can impact things, their overall energy, how much time they're spending, like, not sleeping and playing 2s and money 8s and shit like that. Because, like, I know these guys stay up till the crack of dawn and then, like, don't sleep. But, yeah. Not that it's an excuse. I'm just saying, expect stats to fluctuate. That said, Optic and SR don't really show that kind of inconsistency. That's part of the reason why they're the top 2. Optic had that one outlier, though. 7-7 with Envy is interesting. So Optic definitely, I say, wins this. TSM, I'm gonna say Gen G beats anybody in the open bracket. Who is their open bracket competitor, though? How do we see that? It's almost never chalk in pool. Somebody always gets upset. That's why I think C9 wins their pool, or Envy wins their pool. The highest possibility for an upset would be in the SSG Pool D, probably, yeah. It'd be very interesting to see C9 come out on top of FaZe. It's not impossible. That'd be a hell of a way to start the tournament. And the opposite result of what happened with FaZe at Arlington, right? FaZe lost 0 games until they played SR, which is pretty crazy. They had an easier section of the bracket, you could argue. But the fact that they had dropped no games whatsoever until they played Shopify in winners, finals? Like, bro. Make predictions and slot them accordingly. Shopify. Nemesis. This could be interesting. I feel like Omit definitely have the edge. I haven't looked too closely into Omit and what the vibes are as a team, you know? Not to sound like derogatory or like, I don't want to be offensive, but the perspective that I got with when their team came together was kind of like leftovers a little bit, you know? They're all very talented, but roster mania happened, everything got shaken up, and then here's the 4 talented players from the teams that were kind of left, you know? What's their chemistry like? How hungry are these guys? What are they capable of, you know? Their scrim stats are okay, but definitely nothing like to write home about. Can they get upset by the open bracket team?
Oh, that is just good Halo right there. That is
Diplore.
just damn good Halo. My God.
Subscribe for 3 months. Let's go, brother. Welcome back. Love to see you. Leftovers sounds harsh. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just saying that, unfortunately, they kind of like lost out of the roster mania, and they had to make this decision. So, what's a less harsh way to put it? Either will most likely be in Pool D if they go winless in pools. Is it Mind Freak in Pool C? See, that's interesting. Wait. Pool C is the one with Omit? No, this is Pool. What's in Pool B? Who do they fight in Pool B? So I'm going to say Omit, but I also am curious to know who they play. Because, like, if they were playing Mind Freak, for example, I don't know. Like, one thing about Mind Freak is the vibes sound great on that team. They're working really hard. They've been together for a long time. There's good chemistry. What are their scrim stats like? Wait. Forsaken is the team with Zoom DR and Furiously in them, right? They 8-6'd Gen G yesterday. I know it's online Halo. Are they? I assume they're boot camping in North America, but like, that's a cool example of a team that, like, I mean, I don't really know what the circumstances were that led to them coming together, but they've been together for a while, and they seem like they got pretty good chemistry and vibes, and they're sort of like the elite from Australia right now, minus, Barcode, obviously. Versus Omit, where it's like, kind of thrown into their circumstances. Hopefully the vibes are good. Hopefully they're hungry to prove themselves despite what happened and maybe upset some teams because they have that capacity too. But I think there's an opening here where, you know, depending on the team that they play, they could lose. Shopify, Nemesis. The lads are starving. Have they made it? They made it to bracket play before, I believe, right? You can search by org and see all their scrim stats. Like, I guess yeah, okay. Wait, how come when I press search up here, it sends me to this window and it says player gamer tag? Can I not just go mind freak? That's a guy. Ah. Aha. Ooh, I like that a lot. It took us a while to figure out, but we're good now. This website's kind of dope, man. Well, I could be oh, come on, John. I'm not competing now. We're gonna be here. You have SR taking this tourney. Yeah, I think for the sake of the storylines, it'd be interesting if they did, you know? But I don't know. My brain tells me Optic are best positioned to win this right now. We'll see. And again, my brain told me SR were the best position to win the last one, and I was surprised. So who knows? Mind Freak 7-0, and then 8-6 over Gen G. They got 12-5'd by Ether. Ether is looking like the deadlier open bracket team, and maybe the one that will go the farthest, considering they did make it to bracket at Arlington as well. 3-1 by TSM before that was cut short. I think that was a Forge. These are Forge Hub series, I think, is what this is, right? FaZe 3-0 them, Zero Tenacity 3-1 them as well. They beat Eclipse. Who's on that team? That's Envor's team, right? Envor, Super CC, Kruvu, and... Wait, it was Tony Tutor? They changed things on this team, though, right? They were playing with, like, Looney and Ice Kid? I don't even know. Huh? That is the last event, boss man? Are you sure? What's the purpose for this stream? It's to hang out and talk to you guys and talk about the event, James. At the moment. Takes so long to find a match? Yeah, and keep you company while you spend your time in lobby simulator hell, I guess. 1504. You're saying this was from Arlington? These look like scrims to me. 9-8 by Mind Freak. This is old, you're saying. From April, basically. Yeah, back when Manny was on the team. Is it? Bro, this is annoying. Does it not show it in order? Where can we place our bets? Good idea. I don't know. You can show stats for the team, but you can't show every matchup they played, right? Or wait, unless I... That's the roster. Scrim stats. Overall. Win versus Gen G. This is the order, though. This is like what's been recorded. So it was showing it in order, I guess. Apparently they haven't played. It's like there's a jump from 04 to the 19th of May, like out of nowhere, as if it hasn't been charted or something. Anyway. Can I lather myself in beard oil? How many gifted subs to lather myself in beard oil? Yeah, I don't think they do either. Do we know who's in Pool B? Who do they play? Who's like the potential winner of that gets into Pool B at the open bracket? I'm gonna say Fate. Like, this is my safe bet, is that FaZe beats Cloud9, right? Cloud9 over 0, Cloud9 over that, FaZe over 0, FaZe over open bracket. I'm gonna say 0 over open bracket. 0 maybe at the greatest threat. You said it was Pool C that Ether jumps in. Like, maybe Ether can upset 0. What are Ether stats? Swat Latham for Pool B. Second best. That's what you think is the best? Like, the team that's going to win? Open? What about that Luminon gaming roster with Jazero and, what is it? Diagramming them. Neuronical. What's his new name? Anyway. 12-5 versus Mind Freak. They got 10-7 by 0, so they did scrim. But Ether definitely did some damage, right? Like, there's a chance that depending on the maps and game types, they have a shot at winning a series. It took one game off SR. They went 9-9 with SSG on the 17th of May. This past Saturday, they went 9-9 with SSG, Ether. No way, bro. Hi, Tiller. It's good now? That's good to hear, man. That's what I'm here for. That's the objective of the stream. Somebody just too hard to... Wait, tell who's coming out of the open bracket with the exception of Ether. Yeah. Where are you guys seeing the bracket with all the teams in the open bracket? Probably says more about SSG than Ether. I do think it says something about SSG. But they also 5-5 Gen G. They 10-0'd Gen G on a different day. So what about that? What does that say? 7-3 over Omit. Omit would have been in trouble if they had to play Ether. Maybe. 6-5 over TSM. 6-1 over Complexity. They're looking pretty good, bro. Their scrim stats are actually kind of deadly. They've won majority of the scrims they've had the opportunity to play. Ether regarded as the number 5 team? No, hell no. They got like top 12 at Arlington, but they're just getting better. And taking wins, like Gen G would be top 8 seeding, I guess, off of Arlington. They're just beating teams past their weight class and doing damage on teams, above them on the standings. So, if they're coming into Pool C, they could beat 0. They could do damage to any of these guys, potentially, right? It wouldn't be wrong to assume that the open bracket team comes in and makes some waves. Unless is it Mind Freak? It's Mind Freak maybe, right? And then D is... Wait. Does Ether come into Pool D? Because that's a sweaty-ass pool, man. How the hell is Ether, the best-looking open bracket team, ending up in the sweatiest pool? Mock bracket? Is this from a different... Is it 48 teams? I only see the way that this looks laid out, I only see 2 teams getting through, no? Most likely Ether ends up in Pool D. Oh. That's kind of crazy, right? You've got a pool that's already the most competitive with a good... Like, one of these teams has to go home after pool play, right? So one of these teams is going to underperform heavy. Because the expectation, if either joins open, like based off their scrim stats and their previous stats, like the expectation is that they get into bracket. So somebody is underperforming and getting upset in this pool D. Say SSG beats complexity. I'm going to say envy over complexity, I guess. It would be... This is a hell of a matchup that I want to witness, though. Envy complexity is going to be super interesting. It's all about like what kind of land capability Mental and Sparty with their new teammates can bring to the fold, having experience over Envy. But Envy's chemistry vibes looking a lot better than the Luminosity counterpart, right, from Arlington. Descendant and Precision bring a lot to that team, and I feel like those guys are confident, more confident than they were in their last roster. Souls, that's okay. Thank you for coming by. 48 total teams total in the open. Okay. That's where the number 1 open seed goes to. I think the top open team should be able to choose their pool. Yeah. Is the idea that pool D, I guess the idea is that it should be less competitive theoretically or something. It just happened to end up this way. So you think you're getting a benefit for coming out first seed at an open. I'm going to say complexity win off open, Space Station over Envy. And then according to this, Ether would be going out in pool play. But that could go either way. SR winning would be an upset still in the finals? I don't think it would be an upset. Why would it be an upset? How's my man going to throw up an unscheduled Dallas pregame show with no warning? I'm late as shit. Mark, you're good, man. This is not very deep as far as pregame shows go. We're just kind of talking shop, man. We might do this in similar fashion again tomorrow because I don't know what we're doing tomorrow. We could, react to some content, talk about some Reddit posts, assuming it's safe to enter Reddit. Y'all know how that website is. So what does this mean then? I have to log in to add my pick'ems? Oh, no, bro. This is what it's looking like for me, is that the open bracket teams get slaughtered and that everybody that we're seeing on screen makes it out. But that's just the safest. All I did was just pick exactly by ranking, so kind of boring on my part. My offsets, minus 100 plus 170, I think. I don't know if this will work. It works on Twitch. It might not work on YouTube. If I go just by seeds, don't expect any upsets. Ether pool D, MF pool C. Right. SWAT Latam in pool B. NA team to pool A, unless Dark Inside. So where's that Luminon team? Where are they in the bracket? Where would they go if they won? If I log in, it'll make a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket. I don't have an account on Halo Data Hive, I don't think. Are we good? Oh my God, bro. What's this? Royal 1. Oh, shit. Just touched down in Dallas. Excited to share. I'll be coaching FaZe. I love to see that. FaZe have been playing without like a proper coach, or like they've had somebody step in temporarily multiple times, right? Now they got somebody coming in. I'm not sure what kind of practice they put down with Royal 1. Royal 1 obviously previously representing FaZe. I guess he found a way to, touch base with them again and make that happen. Sierra 117 mix. That's what this is, supposedly. Yeah, it's good to see him coaching. What do I think is going to happen for SSG after Dreamhack? I guess it depends on how well they play, but nothing good. I don't know. If the community sentiment around the team and just the dialogue and everything leading up to this tournament means anything, you know, I don't see them sticking around too much longer. Most teams don't, right? Most teams who find themselves in these circumstances do split, you know, at this point. But we'll see. I mean, it would be a hell of a storyline if they stick it out, they find some success. I'm here for it. But I think that people are kind of anticipating that they're gonna split up. Or that, like, some changes will be made. Shattered into a million, all 4 different directions. No, I don't think like that. You'll be happy to see them. So the one silver lining, the positive, is that it could lead to better rosters being formed that'll contest Optic and SR. And we have brand new, interesting storylines to look forward to in the lead up to the next event. That'll keep things interesting, right? Like I want, not that I want it, but like I'd be happy to have a big roster mania for everybody under the top 2 following this tournament. You know, that creates like interesting storylines and you know, surprises us a little bit. The one issue is the lack of like the need to build chemistry with new teammates and whatnot, and the fact that these guys are going to be kind of behind Optic and SR, who just continue to play their game. But who knows what kind of surprises will come from that. Ether Gaming could be Complexity if they get that pool. I definitely think they can. Ether could surprise for sure. I think they could be Complexity. Their Scrim stats show that for sure. But it's also a tough pool for them. Out of all the pools they could have entered, I feel like they had a much better chance of upsetting like Z10 or what's it called? Omit. Drunk is insane. Somebody, oh, this is just a, okay, so what? Is there anything happening on competitive Halo Reddit that's like, this is a pick'ems? Yeah, that was just added. Okay. Man. What's good, PRG? Welcome, brother. There's Valorant at Dreamhack? Counter-Strike, Valorant, Call of Duty, FGC games, I assume? Since moving to North America, Legend has won 5 out of 6 LAN championships. Damn. You guys saw this clip out of Frosty, right?
This is the way.
Kind of freaking nuts. Launchy, thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome.
This is the way.
Holy shit, that would have been so sick. He's like kind of showing off with the tech in this clip, right? Like doing some wild stuff. Snaps and then turns on a dime and hits a G slide forward from this high ledge. And takes his face off. He got a headshot with that. That's on Sparty, by the way. This is a Scrim clip, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's matchmaking, but Sparty in the lobby. Crazy flick no scope. Not a lot of time that he spent reacting to that. He just slapped it. This is a really fun G slide to do, and one that actually is worth learning because the angle that he's hitting is very strategic. Like he's hitting a G slide on a passive angle that puts him behind this pillar. So like off that, and then even if he doesn't hit this shot, which I guess he didn't, he's one shot though, is he lands perfectly behind this pillar at the tail end of the slide, which he can jiggle peek off of, right? So it's actually kind of a slick way to chow out in A, because you get behind that pillar, you can peek it, and you do some crazy movement that's like kind of unpredictable, sliding off that panel. Bam. So if he had shields, he would have lived there for a little bit. How Shopify Rebellion punishes Optic's risky Halo play, breakdown from Tools and Callus. When did this come out? LBT Halo, 8 hours ago. Wait, let's watch this.
It's the start of season 4.
Holy shit, it's 21 minutes.
Series, and the top 2 teams of the offseason find themselves entrenched in Halo's most tense situation, a 49-49 Slayer. The objective is simple for both sides: find the final kill and win the game. But Slayers become more complex in these situations. This final kill
21
is a game of tactics.
minutes for the whole thing.
Players
no?
maneuver themselves like pieces
Not for
on the
this one
chessboard,
kill.
looking for an opportunity to knock the king down and claim victory. In these moments, teams trust their teammates and they trust their play calls.
Yeah, I'm dropping a bit.
I'm looking bigger.
I'm literally on the
They're gonna have camel snipers, huh?
Anywhere, just look anywhere.
How did they get this? Was that, I guess, released, what's it called? Comms videos, and then they clipped the comms together to make it seamless? Like mixing the comms together from a comms video.
Yo, come back. Nice, good fucking shit, Brad. Good fucking shit, bro. Nice shot, guys. Nice shot.
Shopify Rebellion employed a brilliant strategy to play a game of cat and mouse with Optic, while a camera
Does he read off a script? He might. The way that it's set up, it'd be very straightforward if he wanted to read off a script. And the video is displayed in a way that feels scripted for sure. But that's good. That's high quality.
Flash Frosty could put himself in a position to win the game. But let's look a layer deeper and
Most
ask
videos are
ourselves,
scripted
what
to
could
some
have
extent.
Optic done differently in these final moments? I don't think Optic made the wrong play call to play fast and together in these final moments. They know that Rebellion have both camo and sniper. They want to limit the opportunity of an isolated player being caught out in the open. When Optic failed to take down a weak last shot in Royal 2, they decided against pushing and wanted to wrap back to C. You can make a case for chasing the kill in this situation, but it's not an error to decide not to. The mistake from Optic is to go against their original play call on the rotation. Optic had decided at the beginning of the play.
Yeah, it looks like he's reading. He's actually not making direct eye contact with the camera is kind of what it looks like, right? Like the way his eyes are
to
moving.
run.
He's like reading something on the camera.
As
But anyway,
because of the camo sniper that is on the map.
you see the way that his eyes
When
are moving.
Renegade decides to split off towards camo
It doesn't
on
matter,
the rotation, that goes against the tactic that Optic had established earlier. It's an unnecessary risk to take. When camo's on the map, Coach Callis suggests that a team should play close together and in close spaces. Let's play a quick game while Callis explains why. I want you guys to spot the camo player on screen in the closed position and the open positions. Which one do you spot quicker?
Minimizing risk is crucial here. This goes for both Optic Gaming and Frosty with the camo. I agree with Frosty avoiding playing through the bottom mid tunnel because he'd missed the timing to see Optic Gaming's potential C plat rotation.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets caught, he's got no options in bottom mid, and there's nowhere to hide, right? So, makes sense.
Playing through enclosed areas such as the tunnel or even top mid are some of the easiest ways to get spotted with camo. So, when Renegade doesn't play into either of these areas and opts to play out towards the turbine side of the map, he's choosing to play into a very large area that Frosty wants to use to his advantage. Instead, if Renegade had gone through either top mid with Legend or through the bottom mid tunnel with the rest of his team,
yeah, that would make sense.
Granted, Frosty would have had to have either missed or not taken this shot. It would have given Optic a better chance of seeing Frosty had he been down there, while also minimizing the risk of being caught in the open by camo.
If Renegade and Optic had 4 stacked through the bottom of the map, it puts Frosty in an awkward situation.
We've seen this a few times at the end of the game. Maybe not with camo in play necessarily, but that whole 4-stack, like bottom mid flank.
He's either forced to hit the long shot with the sniper, exposing his position.
And they got Miquid in the lobby. That's kind of cool.
Or he has to play a cutoff at dummy door. This isn't ideal for Frosty since his camo will be running out in just seconds. The audio cue of the camo dissipating will give away his position. The end game still favors Frosty with the sniper, but it's no longer a 100% guarantee like it was. Professional Halo players must always do a calculus of risk and benefit to every play they make. A misjudgment of this math can lead to punishment. This game ends 50-49 in Rebellion's favor, but these miscalculations in risk assessment open the door for Rebellion to overcome a double-digit deficit in this game. Let's rewind the game clock and take a look at the final plays and dissect how these players assessed their risk. Both Rebellion and Optic will have moments when this miscalculation and risk will cost them, but it's the compounding interest of small mistakes that led to Optic's lead slipping away. As we watch these moments, keep in mind what the risk and the benefit of each play is. Rebellion has just gotten their first clean wipe on Optic Gaming to cut the lead down to 5. The sniper is spawning onto the map, and its control will be crucial if Rebellion is going to make a comeback a reality.
Who edits this?
Legend has positioned himself inside the vent just before sniper spawns in hopes of stealing it away before Rebellion can make a play for it. But Lashshot has the perfect answer to this problem. He spawns, heads straight to the nade pad on sandbags.
John
and
is
throws
just
3
trolling.
absolute
Mark, don't worry.
darts to push Legend down the vent to a ready and waiting cycle. With this early kill, Rebellion has the opportunity they have been waiting for all game, a chance to win sniper and cut this lead to under 4 kills. Lashshot and Frosty are playing together in the sniper lane. They can potentially melt any player that decides to push, but most importantly, they are causing a disruption that'll influence where Optic's looking. This opens a timing
Thank you,
window for
Uncharted.
Cycle
Welcome.
and Royal 2 to push up the map and establish their perimeters. But the door's shut when Lashshot is taken down before Rebellion's push can fully materialize. Why did Lashshot die here? Lashshot is killed because of how he took the challenge. Notice when he takes the damage during this fight. The damage is taken when he's mid-air because he's jumping into the challenge.
Okay.
Jumping into this fight is an unnecessary risk. If Lashshot plays more mindfully with how he takes the challenge, Rebellion has a real shot at completely wiping Optic without losing much.
I mean, I guess it's one of those moments where like he has a teammate that's right beside him. He thought he had an opening to get the kill.
Has a
It was risky and he didn't pay off. You know,
real shot at completely wiping Optic without losing
timings
much.
of things didn't work out. His teammate backed down as he challenged as well aggressively. If his teammate was more engaged in that fight and shooting with him, then it would have worked out better. They weren't on the same page.
Instead, Optic recovers and turns their disadvantage into sniper control and a
a game of inches.
45-40 lead. Rebellion will need 2 kills from each death from this point forward. And to make matters worse, they must play fast to take down the sniper. Down numbers, position, and power weapons, it's looking bleak for Rebellion. They have one advantage over Optic that'll make the difference. Royal 2. Royal 2 was able to secure Quantum Translocator during the
This is the way. This is the way.
Papa Doc, thank you for the follow. I don't know. I think like from an stylistic, like an editing perspective, this is like really high quality. It's S tier, right? It's very fun to watch. It's very engaging in the way that it's displayed. I guess my only concern with this content is how much am I learning and the pace at which I'm learning things. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a lot of this is where it's very fun to watch, but I feel like the amount that I'm gaining and the speed at which I'm gaining knowledge feels slow to me personally. I don't know. And that's like, I don't know, not that I'm going to be like a, overly critical, because I think the content is displayed excellently, but is there a way that they can do that, but also deliver more valuable info to the person at a faster pace so they feel like they're learning a lot of things? Because it's good for you. Okay.
Chaos at top mid. The QT allows him to keep his risk low while pushing towards the nest to answer the damage that Cycle had put on Renegade. He gets the kill and evacuates with just a press of a button.
More entertainment. Yeah.
This leaves his escape
It leans,
portal
I guess it's like, you got a balance of entertainment to education, and it leans very far in the entertainment side of it and does exceptionally well in that regard.
at nest. Royal 2 then vacates the weak side lane to become the front player for Shopify Rebellion. Lashshot and Frosty influence the sight lines of Optic towards Camo while Royal 2 moves up this middle lane. Royal 2 identifies the sniper position, throws nades to get damage, but he needs something more to finish the fight. Let's take a look at the position of Shopify Rebellion and ask yourself, what does Royal 2 want the most in this moment?
What do you think, chat?
He wants a teammate to be at nest to capitalize on the damage dealt to Formal. Royal 2 can fill this position by himself by translocating back to the nest. Rebellion has given Optic all the signs that they're overloading the camo side of the map to deliver.
That was
a
the hope
punch,
is that I
and
don't.
Optic have
I'm just
moved
trying to
all of their presence
say this is my only
towards them
concern.
in anticipation.
I really love everything that they're doing from an editing perspective. I guess I just don't feel like I'm learning a lot of like the nuance of what's happening,
For this attack. And then bam, Royal 2's delivered a left hook from the weak side of the map. This completely dazes Optic and they become disjointed. They weren't accounting for this presence at nest.
On
Formal takes
LVT's
heavy
Halo
damage from
channel.
Royal 2 and is forced to reposition.
I assume
Now
it
is
is.
trying to flank this now non-existent Royal 2, and Renegade gets caught by Lashshot mid-sprint towards dummies. Fresh off spawn, Legend's in a tough spot and will have to decide who to help. He goes to cover Renegade as he's one shot, and
Yeah, we're kind of just explaining like what's happening, I guess. Not like a, you know, it's more entertainment. Yeah, that's fine. As an entertainment, this is sick.
This is 1-2 help, but this disconnects every player of Optic on the map. Take a look at the reticles of Optic versus the reticles of Rebellion. Optic has no immediate help
Tyler
for
says,
each
thank you for the
other
follow, but
in
welcome.
this engagement. The power of Optic's position only works if they have each other's immediate help. In contrast, Rebellion has managed to connect each player in the fight. This connection allows Royal 2 to cover Cycle in his fight against Bound. When Bound dies, Renegade must try to answer that kill. The last shot is able to clean up Renegade after the pick on Cycle. Side note, look how insane this play is from last shot. He makes Renegade one shot from underneath and then repulses up to help Cycle to finish the kill he started under the map. Despite Optic all being within a few feet of each other, this disconnection causes each player to fight on an individual basis. At the same time, Shopify
I know,
Rebellion
that's what I was
understand that
wondering.
they
I think
can't
maybe
just
Garrett,
trade out,
but I'm
and are
not
playing
sure.
in a way where they will always have each other's help. After Last Shot's kill on Renegade, Legend goes on the hunt, and it's imperative for Last Shot to stay alive and receive help in this fight
But he's
against Legend.
too difficult to kill,
There's
bro. Look at
seemingly
this man.
no escape with Legend
Slip
so
sliding.
close behind him.
Does he go the other way?
The Last Shot decides that he can't outrun him.
Oh, he
on
goes
the
over his
ground.
head. Oh, yeah, I remember
He
this.
must go to
That was
the air.
insane. Yeah.
3, and it's Last Shot. Oh my word! The repulse back to stay alive.
Legend has no
Such a slick
idea
play.
where Last Shot went. And the
I
damage
completely
is done.
lost him too, yeah.
Royal 2 teams up with Last Shot, and they help finish the kill on Legend. The death of Legend is also important because of when he dies. Legend's death causes a staggered spawn cycle. Staggered spawns happen when the last player alive dies as his teammates spawn on the
Right.
map.
So his team has to
Staggered
slow
spawns are
down a little bit.
brutal in Slayers, as it'll put a team in a numbers disadvantage for 8 seconds off spawn. This prevents Optic
know.
from quickly taking space, while Rebellion will have the freedom to move
A lot of
anywhere on
work
the
to
map
edit this.
they
A
want.
lot of work.
High-level Slayer play can be simplified to one general rule. When you have numbers
So many different like camera angles over the action, so many different perspectives, recorded and broadcasting, the high quality text, the circles that they have to like animate that are following the players, and there's so much going into this. Is a lot. Hey, but like from a perspective of like the amount of passion that went into this, you really got to appreciate the hard work. Doing this in a timely fashion is the tricky thing. So I like the way that they're lining it up, as in having a video like this maybe right before an event or like around the time an event happens, so that it'll maybe hit harder. At least that would be the hope, is it kind of like makes it exciting. But like having this happen on like a regular basis, even weekly, would be really tough.
Fast when you're down in
without
numbers,
some serious
play slow.
money to make
Staggered
it
spawns
worthwhile.
open the opportunity for teams to play fast, and Optic will have.
Well, so they made another video like this that was just as excellent. And actually, to be honest, this is even more heavily edited than their last one. But that one came out a couple months ago, right? So
have to weather the storm.
But it's still, I mean, fuck.
Stabilize in this tough
Keep it
position,
going.
and Optic will do a decent enough job of coming off spawn and doing just that, stabilizing. But was there an opportunity for them to do more? After speaking with Callus, he really shined a light on how much better it could have been for Optic. But before we hear from Callus, I want to check something. Are you subscribed to LVT Halo?
Are you?
55% of people who watch our content aren't subscribed to the channel. And if you enjoy this video and want to learn more about Halo,
Callus is a Halo coach for like several different pro teams, especially during the, I don't know, like now he's been observing for LVT, but before that he was coaching with pro teams during the MCC period of Halo. And I think he coached, I can't remember who he coached. No, it was G2. He coached G2 at the launch of Infinite with Straight Sick and a few others.
well, please think about
You don't get this
subscribing.
video? What do you mean?
We're going to be providing all the Halo coverage you could possibly want. In fact, this weekend, we're going to be at Dreamhack Dallas. So come watch, hang out with us, and catch all the Halo coverage you possibly could want. All right, Callus, walk us through this crucial moment between Optic and Rebellion in this Slayer.
When Optic spawned, they recognized the situation they were in. They needed to play slowly, but they didn't want to just hide at B. Ideally, they play for information and find a way out. One way to play this is to expand across the B lane in order to bait Shopify Rebellion into their space. If they were to catch a player with a quick team shot, they could have earned back the timing lost from the last team fight. And to be honest, Optic doesn't even need to secure a kill here, because getting enough damage on Rebellion could stop their push, allowing Optic to make a move on the map. Optic did just that with the damage Formal put down. This damage was enough to force Rebellion.
What's the point of addressing this since it happened at Kaysan Land? I mean, that's another issue, I guess, with the timing of things, right? Is like they probably saw this during the Kaysan Land and decided this is really fucking cool. Let's make a video. And then that might be the timeline. Like, I don't know, right? It's very hard to make a video like this. So it's just like, this is just when it got done. You know, like, I don't really know how long ago they decided that they would do that. But yeah, this is from back in the Kaysan Land. So it's a little bit outdated, but it's still not, it's not like it's irrelevant.
Back, allowing Optic to expand their presence on the map. But it could have been so much worse for Rebellion. Let's see exactly how Optic managed to break out of being trapped at B and some of the missed opportunities they left on the table. Okay, so Formal and Bound spawned together.
49 Slayers happen pretty good
towards their left perimeter.
You know, that
Bound rotated
reasonably
to Mud,
often.
with Formal playing
They're
the nest
uncommon,
to help him from behind.
but they happen.
I think this was good because Bound set up a trap with Formal, which would have burst the doors wide open for Optic to push out of their spawn. This could have been a 2v1, but Bound decided to peek and was caught by Last Shot. I want to highlight how disciplined Last Shot played here. He knew to check his mud flank.
Yeah.
Pro players understand how important the perimeter of the map is. Unaccounted perimeters are how deadly.
Watch Last Shot's positioning. Watch his movement here. See where he's standing? Formal can't even like conveniently shoot him because he's probably strafing, like thinking about the pillar in mind with his movement. So see how he like kind of backs himself up? He's like out of melee range. And he's also like aware of that nest angle. I guess that guy in nest, Formal's probably fighting somebody in C-plat, but there's a hyper awareness to like the angles you're exposed to in every gunfight, even if you're flanking
Always
around.
check your
Kinda
perimeters.
crazy.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, all you cracked out lords in matchmaking who shoot 80% accurate. Unaccounted.
Yeah, no, this is big. The general concept that he's talking about is something that Eli's has mentioned several times as well, is kind of clearing your lanes like a SWAT team. Like if you're ever playing into tower and nobody's cleared the back of tower mud section, and you've got like one C-plat, one tower in this exact scenario, it's so important to have that awareness of a tower flank. You know, if they're coming at you they could be coming from mud. If you see one at nest, especially, making sure that you wrap tower and clear that area so that you don't get flanked later.
His mud flank
is extremely important.
Pro players understand how important the perimeter of the map is. Unaccounted perimeters are how deadly flanks form.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter when.
Check your
I mean, it sort of matters when it took place if it was a year old, but it's still fine.
Yeah, I'm talking to you, all you cracked out lords in matchmaking who shoot 80% accuracy but can't do the basics. For the love of Halo, play your lane, check the perimeters, and then look in the map. I don't know why I sounded so angry. I'm not angry. Although Last Shot played this perfectly, Bound was still able to salvage a tough situation, being down in damage against Last Shot. Bound closed.
No, Laz is he's an Onyx player.
The distance between them to force a trade. If Bound didn't trade his life, Formal would have been in immediate danger with two players having complementary angles to attack him at nest. But because of Bound's trade, Formal was able to work with Legend to eventually shut down Rebellion's push, winning themselves an out of the B trap. Although Optic won the rotation, I think Bound peeking from behind tower was an overstep.
Yeah, you could argue Bound just played it a little bit too far, too quickly, and Formal didn't have an easy opportunity to assist him from his positioning. If he was able to bring the fight closer to Formal, then maybe Formal could have turned that into a team fight. Bound forced a trade. If he forces a trade in the situation, is it that bad though? Like they're 46-44, so just the fact that he trades it, right? Or am I tripping?
Was an
Does he lose this?
Ideally,
he trades it. So I mean, I don't know. As far as like the result of this situation, it's not that bad.
Bound sets up a play with Formal for a team.
But yeah,
shot,
it could have been like him not dying.
Bound had two options to do this. Bound could have waited at the plasma pistol. If Bound becomes the switch to Formal's bait, the moment Formal outputs damage onto Last Shot, Bound would be able to pop out to fight Last Shot while having a
yeah, but I think at the same time, though, like let's say Last Shot didn't opt to drop mud immediately, and he opted to stay tower and help Royal 2 with the cross on nest, right? Like part of the reason why he dropped might have been like an audio cue from Bound wrapping the other side or something, not just his awareness. I don't know. I'm just saying, let's say that like Last Shot didn't leave tower right away, and he just like doubled up on Formal, then Formal's taking like max dam, and then when Bound, if he did choose to chow, then he can't really help Bound anymore, and then Bound kind of gets left alone that way too. But yeah,
damage advantage. The second
I'm doing great, Floptree. Hope you're doing good too.
Formal
8 months. Let's go. Welcome back.
Up high, then Bound can hit a skill jump to create a 2v1 with Formal. And
ooh, a skill jump would have been a cool option.
With Royal 2 up high, then Bound can hit a skill jump to create a 2v1 with Formal. And as
So I guess the incentive there is like trying to ice Last Shot out of the fight, basically, and Bound, instead of wrapping Tower, just picking directly off Formal's info from
Throw
Nest.
to up high, then
Last
Bound
Shot, who's in Tower, might not have an immediate angle, and because he's in his positioning, if he drops or if he doesn't drop, it's kind of an awkward
can hit a
zone
skill jump
where you'd have to like move forward to
to
Formal.
create a 2v1 with Formal. And
Last Shot wouldn't have committed for Formal to help Bound if Bound wasn't there. Wouldn't have committed for Formal to help Bound? What do you mean? To help Bound?
as long as we're
If Bound, so like he's clearing it either because he knows it's important to clear back Tower and have awareness of the flank, because he's got good awareness of the scenario, or because he also has an audio cue reinforcing that. That's what had him drop, right? If he didn't drop and he played from Tower stairs up above and they doubled Formal and Nest, then Formal would be forced to back off before Bound could be truly impactful, I guess, right? Could be an alternative. If Bound hits the skill jump and Last Shot's lingering on the staircase and watching Nest, then he's just going to he's in big trouble from Last Shot.
2 doesn't
It's a tricky scenario no matter how you play it out.
do Royal 2 things, they pocket the sniper and have an easier time dealing with the rest of Rebellion. And so instead of Bound's trade creating just an equilibrium of numbers, it would have been a +1 or +2 or even possibly a +3 numbers advantage for Optic had Bound's perimeter play big.
At least he got the trade, though, for his 47 to 45 advantage. The issue is what he's saying is they don't have a numbers advantage in this instance. Legend is still on spawn, and that's going to stagger their opportunity to collect the camo later, I guess.
In a little more disciplined. All right, now let's look at how Renegade played the other perimeter and see how he could have maximized Optic's play.
Optic lacked discipline in key moments that costed them in the Slayer. When they won Major 1, they took all the Slayers.
So as Bound and Formal played the left
But not the most
perimeter, Renegade was working on getting space for Optic towards the right perimeter. And even though hitting Garage towards A is usually a safe and fast way out when you're trapped B, doing it alone can be risky if the enemy team is ready for it. I think there are much stronger team plays Renegade could have made here. Optic was at a 4v3 numbers disadvantage, and due to Legend's late death in the previous team fight, they were in a staggered spawn cycle. So taking any solo fights without a clear advantage was risky for Optic. When Renegade took this unneeded damage, it forced him to back up, costing Optic all of their space on the right side, and space equals timing. And without this space, Optic would be much slower to react to any play needing presence on their right side. Keep that in mind. Had Renegade instead played Concrete and waited for info, or at least until Legend respond, he would have had a better chance at playing with favorable timing in his lane.
That's a good tip. This is good right here. Timing, yes. I like that. I like that. Had he just played White Wall and waited for Legend to spawn, then they could have worked off of each other, and he might have had a better chance of creating and occupying that space on the right side or killing Frosty. Instead, they had to like turn it into a switch, and Renegade was maybe not as relevant in
He
the
would
fight
have been
as he
able
could have
to answer the damage that Legend provided off spawn faster, while still having an escape route and a team shot with Legend.
Every play in Halo, we must assess the
That's pretty cool. I like that note. That was like the speed at which that was showcased and explained felt easy to understand, and there's a takeaway, you know?
risk and reward for each play we make. Taking an unnecessary risk can turn a good play into something detrimental. Renegade will make a fatal miscalculation that will significantly weaken Optic's collapse. Renegade wants to try to find the entry kill on Frosty. This kill would give Optic a numbers advantage and allow them to rush the rest of Rebellion to secure a game win. But what is the risk to Renegade when he makes this push? Renegade doesn't have any information as to the position of the players inside of A. To get to Frosty, he'll have to push through the cross angle that Last Shot's holding. When Renegade does this, he plays surprisingly slow and jumps onto a pillar that is most exposed to this unknown angle. In turn, Last Shot melts Renegade on the push, and what should be a
Dude, Last Shot is so accurate, bro. Renegade moved well in this situation to avoid dying.
Unknown angle. In turn, Last Shot melts Renegade on the push, and
This headshot, see this right here? The way that he followed him down. Oh man, that consistency is so key.
what should be a 1 kill advantage for Optic
It did. I mean, considering the fact that we're looking at a Kason gameplay, that might be an indication of how long it took to edit, right? It's very difficult.
into an even trade, and they lose their most forward player on the map. The following push from Optic becomes much weaker, and Shopify Rebellion wipes Optic while only losing 2 players. I think Renegade is making the right play to push Frosty. I don't think he approaches it the right way. If Renegade recognizes the risk he's taking on,
he maybe needed to walk forward to the other pillar faster,
minimize the
or stay, like, he kind of needs to make a move. What does he hit? G slides through the entire area instead of like waiting on the pillar?
downside
I don't know.
of pushing.
Oh, well,
Speed
let's see
is
what they say.
Renegade's friend here, and in Halo Infinite, where there's a ledge, there is speed. By using the curbside technique on either this box or this ledge, Renegade can zoom.
That's what I'm thinking. He does that maybe instead. It's a little bit more, so his timing is important too, because his teammate below him is trying to time the chow with the teammate, but that would get him through the angles faster.
Pass last shot.
What if he instead of lingering on this pillar, walked forward and parked himself on the edge with this one, body blocking using this pillar to isolate the fight maybe? I don't know.
Minimizing.
It would be easier for Frosty to hit his shots, though, in that 1v1 if he was already dropped and on that. Maybe. I don't know.
His
It's all just
damage
semantics.
taken while applying the necessary pressure.
Just wait
to
here is
kill
what
a
costs
weak
it.
Frosty.
But it's also just Last Shot's ability to just freaking execute the guy so fast, you know?
While applying the necessary pressure to
drops and
kill
cuts
a
the
weak
angle
Frosty.
quicker. Yeah, and like
Importantly,
repositions
after
to cut the A sight line quicker. You know, it's like, okay. But yeah, I like the idea of flying out with the G slide. If he hits an angle with the G slide that sends him like kind of behind the screen, then he can use the screen as his cover when he drops.
And
too.
he can zoom past last shot,
Yeah, it's
minimizing
like that angle was okay.
his damage taken while applying the necessary pressure to kill a weak Frosty.
It's like, this is more, to me, this is more about how freaking icy Last Shot is. You know, it's like, I don't think Renegade made like a bad play in this moment, but yeah, maybe he could have done it faster.
Importantly, after this kill, Optic would have a huge advantage in their efforts to finish the rest of Rebellion. Legend and Renegade would have each other's immediate help, and it would take a miracle for Cycle and Last Shot to get out with their lives. But when Renegade dies because of this risk he took, the remaining players of Optic are disjointed on the map. Although they're working towards the same point, they can't really help each other. Think back to what went wrong during the tower side hold for Optic. The disconnection of Optic's push is not allowing them to finish their kills. Cycle and Last Shot are playing their position so well in comparison. They're playing connected and valuing their lives over the kill. Let's focus in on Cycle in particular.
Playing
Once
connected.
Frosty goes down,
Cycle's the Jiggle Peak god. I think so. The trend that they're showcasing is SR's ability to bait and switch off of each other and the positions that they choose in their fights that ensure that they're always accessible, you know, and they have good cover options, I guess, as well. Whereas Optic, in these specific scenarios, were more split on the map, and it was harder for them to involve each other in their gunfights. They're a little bit more isolated.
Cycle puts himself.
But like to say that Optic doesn't do that would be wrong, right? I guess just in these specific scenarios, SR is showcasing like beautiful, ability to bait and switch and work within each other's sight lines quickly while cutting their own individual angles. Like Cycle doing what he does best right here, jiggle peeking like a god, right? And in an excellent position where he's got a lot of options and they have to come to him. It's kind of hard to freely nade him. He can G-slide off this platform to the left to reposition if he needs to. He's got a pillar behind him. He's got a wall panel that he can jump off of.
In a position
doorway.
in which he can challenge
And then Last Shot on his left-hand side.
the push while keeping himself protected from.
His POV pisses me off, dude. It's so good. It's annoying. Like every day when I get on and shoot bots, I convince myself I can kill Cycle when we cross paths one day. Every day. Is this copy pasta? I explore through the lens of skill acquisition, strategic thinking, and the nature of play itself, encompassing competent concepts like muscle memory, reflexes, problem solving, and the pursuit of mastery. Tippable. I'll be honest, it's probably not that deep for Cycle. He just gets on and, you know, just he plays a lot and he's talented and
all other.
And it just works out, man. Intuition. He learned as he go.
He baits Legend into closing the space and switches
19,
with Flash
what,
Shot
20
to
and
get
crack.
the kill. Cycle's playing his life first and trusting his teammates
Just
to
as
have
entertaining as
his
the first
help.
time. Let's go.
Even after Last Shot goes down, he waits for the help of Royal 2 to come finish a one.
Wait.
Cycle's playing his Legend into closing the space and switch.
Yeah, and even the route that he chose to support Last Shot was so disciplined. Like, he could G-slide at this guy, right? Like, he could just connect the dots and go for the beatdown right away. But maybe, I guess his concern is he doesn't know where the rest of Optic is. And if somebody's A-plat, that he exposes himself to free shots in the back, or if somebody's big door, he exposes himself to free shots, right? But the routing that he chooses, though it is doubling up with Last Shot's angle, it also gives him the most possible options to stay alive after by going left
With
behind
Flash
the
Shot
pillar.
to get the kill.
Bam.
Cycle's playing his life
Nobody can shoot him from A-plat. He's still isolating the fight.
first and trusting his teammates to
Takes him
have
longer to get
his
the kill,
help.
though.
Even after Last Shot goes down, he waits for the help of Royal 2 to come finish a one-shot.
Low key, though, I wonder if he just hit the G slide and went straight for the beatdown, would he have kept Last Shot alive in this moment?
At all points in time, Cycle is being mindful of his
He's mindful of his angles, but I do. He actually, in this moment, could have played it faster.
risk and understands that his life is much more important than any one kill. Royal 2 was able to win his 1v1
because they have
on the map
49,
because of the influence that Cycle is providing by staying alive. Formal's trying to
Formal just got shredded.
finish this kill by throwing nades at Cycle, but these
This is
nades
awkward.
give away his position and allow Royal 2 to be ready for the fight. That isn't to say that
He's also
Formal
approaching this
throwing
not ready
nades
for the
is wrong
possibility of
here.
Keydor.
Of course he should throw his nades to try to get this kill. If they connect, they win the game. I bring this up because it's a perfect illustration of how each action in the game has risk to it. The risk for Formal
Yes,
to throw
correct.
these
I think
nades-
that the way that he played it was fine, PRG. I think also because it was 40, Optic had like, what, 49 or 48? So he just wants to make sure that he doesn't die. He knows last shot, is in big trouble.
while pushing, is that it gives away his position to anyone that's hidden
An
that
earlier
key
moment in
door.
Slayer, I think the better play would
reward
be to just
much greater
speed
than
things
the
up.
risk in this situation, but it is a risk. By throwing these nades, Royal 2 was ready for the fight and kills Formal while taking minimal damage.
Do we say that Formal kind of scammed maybe a little bit? I don't know. I don't know. He didn't the nades, sure, and then he didn't even check it either, the key door. But like, I don't know, it's hard to anticipate. Is it kind of his job in this moment to be considering key door because his teammates in front of him don't have that angle and nobody's occupying that zone on the map? So it's kind of like something in the back pocket that he should be hyper aware of.
Who was ready for the fight and kills Formal while taking minimal
If he gets
damage.
the 3-shot beatdown, yeah, if he could just get the 3-shot beatdown, excellent. They win the game.
Now Royal 2 can easily move to finish the last player alive. If Formal is mindful of his risk and adjusts his reticle to be ready for Royal
Correct. Yeah. Okay. So what Garrett's saying. Yeah. In this situation, considering his teammates committed and nobody has a sightline of Keydor, he should be mindful of the fact that Keydor is an open angle and ready to 3-shot beat it down.
2, there's a good chance he'll trade out this kill and Optic wins the game. But all these risks have piled up and given Rebellion a chance as the game is now 49-49. And we know how this story concludes. In Slayer, every death matters. Rebellion understood that and capitalized on the risky plays that Optic made in these last few engagements.
So it's like these moments in the dialogue, I guess this is the one, this is like my nitpick. Not that I need to even have a nitpick, right? Is the scripted kind of nature of it has us like kind of refreshing and like going through things that we already kind of know for these. There's a story kind of, this is more entertainment than it is like, I just want to, I guess my objective is like informative, like teach, value, you know what I mean? Like, learning and moving on to the next versus like the kind of nature of the flow of how this works where it's a little bit slower pace. There's a lot more of like, recapping things that we know
to give themselves an opportunity,
without like moments of learning, I guess, being densely
and if you
compact.
give Frosty an opportunity to clutch, he will rarely let you down.
They gave it the Frosty for Frosty with the camo. Hide, everyone for Shopify, hide. You can win the game right here, Frosty.
I just retweeted
This is
it.
But Optic
Moon,
Gaming are pushing on A. They've got a bit of a pinch here. All of Shopify. It's up to Frosty. Hit the shot. Yeah. There it is. Oh my word, Shopify Rebellion tied this series in 1.
Halo is a game of risk and reward.
I mean, what do we I guess like, okay, anyway. We have a difference of opinion, Dopey. That's okay.
Best players do their best to limit their exposure to risk while searching for the.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, I guess, what is your objective with the video? Who are you trying to appeal to? Yeah, that's fair. This is like, you got a balance of entertainment and education, and they leaned heavy in the entertainment side and killed it in that department. 100%.
Maximum reward in their play. The goal of this video isn't to tell you not to take risks, but rather to understand what your exposure to risk is when you make a play. If Optic had taken a few more precautions in their attempt to close out this game, I don't think Rebellion would have had those same chances to come back and win this game.
Tanaka, thank you for the follow. Welcome. I guess then my takeaway would also be maybe there's more that I can do from an entertainment standpoint. The issue is it's tough to edit like this, and it takes a long time. I guess when I think about my videos, I think like value is what are we learning and gaining from the time that we spend watching it, but value also comes from just having a fun time watching it, so I could probably think about that a little bit more in my content.
See big comebacks happen in Halo. It's usually because of two things.
But
the team that is
this
close
is a project
to winning
and a
starts
half.
making riskier plays.
It's a project and a half, though. It's going to require a bit of a team. Like the beauty of this is LVT as a team are working together to make sure that this is high quality content. So
to finish the game.
If you don't follow them, sub now.
To play extremely
you bastards.
Averse, preventing those risky plays from having the payoff that's expected. It's important not
Which
to
of my
get caught
vids
up
do
in
I
the
recommend
moment and to
learning about the
continue to
game
play
through
fundamental
processes
Halo.
off-spawn
The
approach?
fundamental Halo that you can learn
I
to
don't know.
play from watching LVT Halo. Thank you for watching.
Oh, it was edited by All in. Ooh, okay, cool, good to know. All in One is a super passionate member of the Halo community. Did he do everything? He has like large recap videos of tournaments where he interviews different people and whatnot. That's really cool that they managed to get him for those. Notes taken. Juan's goated. I wonder. Okay. Maybe I can get him to help me with something. I don't know.
Wants to use to his advantage.
Really good video, guys. Really good video on LVT Halo. All in One, an absolute fire label. Yeah, he leaned into it. I don't know if he's like, is he an FA editor that just, you know, I guess you hire his services for a Halo video. The beauty of having a high quality editor that understands Halo is like cannot be understated, right? Because it's one thing to get a good editor. It's another that's like, that's a part of the community and that has a good understanding and a passion for the game of, you know, what needs to be displayed, right? So it's easier to communicate with them and to get a great fun. That's why Lights was so great, right? Or Bradick, who went to school, he used to work with me and he was so great because he was also a Halo fan. Yeah. If you're looking to aim yourself, oh yeah, this is about the talent, which yeah, we talked about recently. Renegade's overkill, almost Killtrocity.
Another one.
Is this time to dust off those skins? Is this in order of yeah, it's not really in order, right? Like this was 3 minutes ago. And this was like 7 days ago. How did they decide?
He's gonna get a
like what's displayed first? Anyway. Now let's do this one. Yeah, however, you could be LVT's dedicated editor, maybe. I don't freaking know. You know what I mean? He could be like hired by LVT for LVT exclusively. Filter from top to new? Thank you. Ah. Yep, so Royal One with an announcement that he is now coaching. We just retweeted that. That's awesome. Just Dreamhack top 8 predictions. They put TSM in 3rd. Interesting. SSG in 6th. Woo. I guess top 6, right? 5, 6 are kind of interchangeable. When does this kick off? On Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern. 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Gotta watch Survivor? I don't think I've ever seen Survivor. Yeah, pick'ems on the Halo Data Hive website if you guys aren't aware. So you can like choose who you think is going to win every section of pool play, and then I think it makes a bracket or something for you. You got to register to the website. What is this? Changes to teams since last week. We have changes to teams right before the event. Oh my god. This looks intense. I don't know what I'm looking at. Wins, losses, left side. Damn, bro. Watch Tony's Dallas predictions and react to it? I could. Who's the Michael Jordan of Halo? Bro. What the fuck? Why is that so heavily liked? I'd rather play ranked ass eating than neutral bomb. People hate it that much. Venom with the scrim results for the last time, I guess, right before Dallas. Bring back button combos. What's the dialogue on that, though? Combos were an anomaly that pros found within the game. What's exciting is pros find bugs that they can exploit, which makes games unique. Watching some of the movement from Shotzi and Halo 5 was incredible. Yeah. Infinite's had button combos. The issue is the balancing act of everything, right? They kind of still do have the button combos. Like, there is a BXB in the game, but it's just not super impactful, but pros do actually take advantage of it. I think Gunny makes it to pools. What is Gunny's current team, man? Last I checked, I thought he like bounced over to a different roster, and I never got an update. I'll bring Tony's video up on screen if we want to react to Tony's predictions. Chat recommended that, so I'm game. And I got to hit the bathroom. Why not be casting, right? Why not be? Whoa, bro, it's 42 minutes long. Wait a second. Is it like a live stream?
Guys, why not be reckless? AK, why not be casting?
Right, we're not, probably not going to watch it all, but let me just hit the bathroom.
Grassroots content creators. And today we have another HCS report where we're going to be breaking down pool play and perfectly predicting what's going down in the pool play. We'll be deep diving into some of the stats from the recent scrims and tournament results and all of that good stuff. And obviously on top of that, also talking about what previously happened the last time we saw these teams on land. And we'll be predicting this with my perfect handwriting on this beautiful graphic that was made by my man Siege. Siege has been working with us with helping with some of the graphics and thumbnails going with the YouTube, and he also made this for us as well. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into it. Hey, don't forget, over 50% of y'all haven't subscribed to the channel just yet. Please help your boy out. Hit a subscribe, comment down below. We're giving away $1 to one lucky subscriber that comments. So help that algorithm push out to more people that might enjoy this content. But guys, Dallas, your HCS Open at Dreamhack is right around the corner, and we got to find out who's winning. I mean, like, literally this weekend, we're watching the best teams in the world duke it out. Don't forget about that open bracket as well. We always have that open bracket feeding into the pro bracket or into the pool play, eventually making it into the pro bracket. That's going to be real fun. Why don't we predict again what's going to go down? We'll start off in Pool A, where you have Optical Gaming right off of a win in their house in Arlington. And although we will be in Dallas, this will be at a bit of a different venue, so maybe no home field advantage for Optic Gaming's Bound, Formal, Legend, and Renegade.
Why don't you guys tell me Gunny's team so we can
TSM as your number 8 seed, Druck,
at least get some
Soul Snipe,
perspective on
Tolic, and Manny coming in as the, I don't know if we can call him the newest
TikTok
member, because
brain?
he's been a part of this crew for so long, but
well,
Manny was on Cloud.
I think it's valid to say that 40 minutes for predictions for a tournament might be a long time to sit and watch. I don't know. It could be a really high-quality discussion. I'm not sure.
Off the season, fantastic job on Cloud9, might I say, and eventually finds himself on TSM, back with his best friends and bringing that old native red.
I see. So he's kind of going through every single team. Is there a way that we can get to, like... Oh, this is detailed. Looking at the championship bracket of Arlington?
Optic obviously lose out to Shopify Rebellion in that round 1 matchup. They only matched up against them because they came out number 2 in pools, and Shopify came out number 1 in pools. Optic get knocked down to the lower bracket, but then proceed to have one of the most incredible
donate $1 to
lower
a
bracket
viewer?
runs that we ultimately have
Wait,
seen.
Tony said that?
Not
I don't
only
know,
did
do
they
it.
beat Gen G, who are in their very pool, but in that round 1 and lower bracket, they beat TSM, went on to beat Team Nemesis.
Ziad, Gunny, Facti, and one more. Can't remember. Okay, there's still Lies Infantry. That's still the team, yeah?
Went on to all the way down to that lower bracket finals to beat FaZe, and eventually,
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't see them getting out of pools. I'd love to see them make a run, but there's just too many other teams that have a chance that are looking pretty competitive. Like Ascending Baseline is a good option, and they've been getting close for a long time. They got Suspector now, who has a lot of accolades. And then you get that surprise introduction of that Luminon gaming team, which I don't know where they're going in the open bracket, but I'm very curious to see how they do. I don't know what kind of practice they've been putting in. Had they continued playing this whole time, I would say definitely they got a shot at open bracket. But because I have no idea, I don't know what to expect. Here, this team. Right? You got a team comprised, it's like a year 1, year 2 Halo Infinite roster, basically. You've got the 2 brothers of Suppressed, who's currently on FaZe. Avenue, who's now called Envied, I guess, and Diagram. Neuronical, who he left the Halo scene at maybe the peak of his individual skill. I don't know, like he's a young gun with a lot of potential, and he left to pursue school, and then now he's playing in this tournament. And Jazero, who competed with Fnatic, bounced around several high-tier teams, and now they're back together, So their accolades and background in the first 2 years of Infinite is enough to suggest that they'd be breaking right into pool play. But I don't know what kind of practice they've been putting in. It's just interesting, though, So we got other teams that I'd probably put in advance of, or would make it really tough to guarantee that Gunny's team has a real shot. Who did Team Envy pick up? Precision
won the
Descendant
freaking tournament. Eventually, they were your champions
with
beating
Yakshin and Piggy.
Shopify Rebellion out in 2 best of 7 series.
Yeah, suppressed the triplets.
And 2
his 2 other brothers.
Best of 7 series to become your champions. That brings us back into where we're at right now. And that tells me that
only suggested Optic members.
Beaten TSM.
No.
I think they already beaten Gen G. As far as
you're watching Optic Pod and you're stating they didn't mention. Well, so when they said who's the Michael Jordan of Halo, they only just made it Optic members. Actually, though, they definitely probably put Shotzi in the conversation. I don't know. Anyway,
Scrim wise, if we want to go in as far as scrims, we can look at Optic Gaming and their record.
Ether will definitely be one of the pool teams at this rate.
16-0-1-0 tenacity 13.
Wait, do they have to play Tapping's team? Prit Gunny's team has to play Ether. How do you know that in the bracket? Where are you guys seeing that?
13-3 on complexity, a big 10-3 on Shopify, 13-0
between Legend and Formal.
The only thing that makes you kind of waver a bit is splitting with Envy. But
for real, like nobody's Michael Jordan of Halo. Like what Michael Jordan did for basketball and Halo. It just I don't know. Anyway, it's a funny conversation.
Everything else looks so good unless your name is Shopify Rebellion. So if I'm going pool play, I'm saying Optic come out.
I don't think anybody could be
3-0.
Maybe like somebody like a Walshy, I'd put more in that category, or a T-Squared or something because of what they did for the sport. But as far as like the accomplishment of Michael Jordan, I don't know, man. I don't think anybody matches that. Plus, yeah, the fame of Michael Jordan and what he did for the sport, for the world is just staggering. It's insane. Watching that Last Dance documentary.
I think they beat TSM. I think they beat Gen G.
Ogre
They've
2.
already done
But I was thinking, like, because Walshy and T-Squared they made moves that went beyond Halo. Like Ninja, for example, made moves that went beyond Halo. But he doesn't have the winning accolades. Definitely not Ninja 2 suggests that he would be in that conversation. Ogre 2 has like wins that maybe suggest that he'd be in the conversation as like the MJ, let's say. But what Ogre 2 did for the esport, is it as much as like what Walshy did representing Red Bull and with his like clothing brand? Like Walshy was very kind of ahead of the game in that regard, building a more of a brand for himself beyond his ability.
land. They already look even better going into this land than they
You got to
did
get somebody who's a
really
combo
going
of
into
both. I don't think
Arlington.
anybody in the Halo community
Nothing
is quite
telling
that.
me that somebody's going to come out and upset them, although I'm not going to put money on it because, hey, TSM are good, Gen G are good. I think even be whoever comes out of Open as well. What the matchup that I'm looking for is watching TSM versus Gen G. I think that's the matchup that we should be keeping our eyes out on, because I really think that that's winnable for either one of those squads.
Well, hold on a sec. When did Tony make this video? He just made this video? He thinks that TSM versus Gen G is winnable for either team? We're looking at the same stats here, right? Like Gen G, according to online Scrim stats, Gen G should not be beating TSM. They got 11-2'd by complexity. They're 5-3 over Cloud. I'm not sure what happened that led to that ending early. But 5-5 with Ether, 10-0'd by Ether. Like, TSM's not getting 10-0'd by these guys. I don't know.
Looking
I'd be
at
surprised.
TSM specifically, they got 12-3 by FaZe, not the end of the world. 3-0'd by Envy, but keep in mind that was a Forge Hub tournament, so I'm not sure exactly.
And they also beat FaZe. There you go.
How much you're going to take from a Forge Hub tournament, maps that ultimately both of these teams aren't familiar
Who's the best player
with.
in Halo? No. What? The MJ of Halo means who's the best player in Halo? No, it doesn't. What? Wouldn't you just say who's the best player then? I don't know. That's a totally different conversation.
So I'm not really going to extrapolate too much from that. 11-4 over Cloud9. That's a big win for TSM. 9-6 over Space Station Gaming. That's a big win over Space Station Gaming.
If you look at Bound, he's doing a great job on the content side. Wait, what's Bound doing on the content side? I mean, Bound's a character, and I think he has a lot of opportunity on the content side of things, but I think he just kind of, like, he's been given, Optic is, giving him opportunities to be in the podcast and stuff, but, like, is he doing anything individually on the content side, though? I don't know. He's just kind of grinding, doing what he usually does, like.
So, obviously I'm looking at this, I'm like,
he's a character, yeah.
Okay, really
he's
tough
very
to see them
entertaining.
losing out to FaZe like that, but then keep in mind, the week before, they 9-6'd FaZe. So obviously, if you take this series out of the mix, which literally just happened yesterday, you're looking at TSM, you're like, bro, they're starting to figure it out.
Is the MJ of football, you say Tom Brady because he has 6. Yeah. So I don't know. Halo doesn't exactly have that. Ogre 2 would be in the conversation. And then that's why I also thought like Walshy and T-Squared, because of the accomplishments that they had as like people outside of the esport, like what they did beyond the sport to grow the sport. As far as like an overall champion and in their accomplishments, like Ogre 2, yeah, like you got people in the conversation for sure.
6-5 versus
But
Ether. Okay,
nobody quite
don't like
actually
that too much. Ether Gaming are better,
nailing
than
it in
people
both
think,
categories, like MJ did for
another
basketball.
win over FaZe, like in Scrim. So if you're looking at like the overall last couple of weeks here
LeBron
for
as well.
TSM, you're looking at like, hey, it ain't that bad. It ain't that bad.
It's very good. Yeah. That's why it's like, how could you expect Gen G to beat TSM on, like, unless Gen G just completely surprises us and upset? It would be an upset. According to Scrim stats, Gen G should not be beating TSM.
At all. Meanwhile, Gen G losing 11-2 to Complexity. Complexity have gotten better, but the Complexity at Arlington was average. The Complexity leading up to Arlington was definitely below average. They did get a win over Cloud9.
Amending, the reason why is because all of Optic is located in Texas. So they have the convenience of creating more content on a regular basis, which is awesome for us. The big issue with the last Optic is, or not issue, but I guess they were just more split, right? Like they weren't always in Texas at one time, and oftentimes Lucid was in Florida, right? That's one of the cool things about this Optic team is their proximity to each other allows them to play, to build better relationships as a team and to play, alongside each other, even in practice, and though they haven't done that in a while.
Which I think is good.
That was a really cool dialogue that we had coming into them forming. It's like they're all next to each other.
TSM are a little bit better
They're
than
gonna be.
Omit right now, though.
What's up, James?
They
Evening.
also split the difference with Ether Gaming. Shout out Ether Gaming, showing that they can compete with some of the best teams in North America. Love that. Ether Gaming also 10-0'd them, literally the day before.
Yep.
Wow. Omit also 10-7'd them the week before this Scrim, so that's pretty impressive. I think from what I'm seeing here, TSM are on a slightly more upward trend.
Wait, what? Slightly, Tony. He's too polite, man. He's much too polite. Okay, TSM is beating top 4 teams in scrims right now, right? Like they're dropping. This is Cloud9 top 6, SSG top 4, FaZe top 3rd seed, 9-6. Like, come on, There's no comparison right now.
Based on their
Just
online
based off Scrim
performances.
stats.
And even on land, it was only one placing between them,
man's too polite.
top 8 and top 12, one round.
Only 75?
between them.
No
and
way.
Mind you, TSM also ran. I mean, they also ran into Optic round 1. You know what I'm saying? Like Gen G went to war with Complexity round 1.
TSM and Optic is kind of a bad matchup, I think. I think Optic's going to be way too comfy. But yeah, TSM are going to beat Gen G. If
I'm
they
sure
don't,
TSM
it's
would have loved
a big upset.
to play Complexity round 1. So
Lucy didn't want to move from Florida.
I'm looking
That's fair.
at the recent results.
His family's there.
And I'm going to say that TSM look a bit better than Gen G so far. So I say that TSM come out of this 2-1. I think they beat Gen G. I also think they beat the open bracket team. Meanwhile, I think Gen G will
that's their final pool
go
score.
to war with TSM, take it to a game 5. I think this is going to be an amazing
many
matchup
teams.
to watch,
No.
must-see TV type of stuff. But I also think they beat out the open bracket team, and they end up in the lower bracket of bracket play, and that's my prediction for Pool A. Optic on top. They've been looking great. TSM have been looking much better.
Okay, good. I like that. I agree.
Last go
Where's the hot
freaking
takes?
distance and take your tournament. Before Arlington, they looked like the best team in the world. At Arlington pool play, they look like the
SSG drops
best
any
team in the
series.
world.
If Envy are playing as good on LAN as they currently are online, then they could lose to Envy. It'd be pretty crazy. I don't see them losing to Complexity, but they could potentially. I think more Envy and Complexity will be more interesting than SSG. I don't think they'll lose anything, but if Envy somehow back up their online performance, then there's a chance.
In your winners bracket, they looked like the best team in the world. In the lower bracket is where Optic hit another freaking gear and came out and went on again the craziest lower bracket run, ran finals.
Right.
The teams real quick: Team Nemesis, Glory, SOG, Snipe Drone, and Woo Tom. Nemesis, obviously incredible at Arlington. We'll talk about them a little bit more. Meanwhile, Omits, Ezo, Hus, Collect, and Mortally. An entirely new squad. I don't even know how we based their performance off of Arlington when all of these squads were. I mean, you have Ezo and Collect who were playing under Infamous, Mortally who was playing under Luminosity, and Hus who was playing under Complexity. You have literally 3 different squads smashed into one. It's going to be hard for us to base their performances at Arlington when
He's talking about Omit.
it's a new team, but we will focus on Shopify. But
Yeah, I think you got to, once again, kind of be direct here and say that Omit didn't really want things to go the way that they went, right? You got 4 players from 4 different rosters, except for, Ezo and Collect, I guess, were on the same team previously, but like everybody got kind of, left out of the roster mania and had to form as a result of what happened,
And
It's kind of what it looks like, at least.
At Arlington, obviously, Shopify Rebellion come out
Getting hit hard with the McDonald's ads, bro. Damn.
In pool play.
Look at that right in his face.
Fuck out of here. In pool play, they beat out a very good
I
Cloud9
low-key want a
roster
breakfast
who got
sandwich, though.
even
I'm not gonna
better
lie.
deep in that tournament. They beat out Infamous, which is half of this roster that we're talking about in the form of Collect. And Ezo are Infamous, so a big win on Shopify. They'll feel confident going up against at least 2 of those members here. Shopify Rebellion, again, fantastic in pool play, only dropping 1 map total. I mean, you got to give them respect of pool play. Meanwhile, Team Nemesis, we talked about it not too long ago. They beat out Gen G. They beat out Gen G. But most importantly, they beat out Optic Game.
Yeah.
Come back to yourself.
Look, so, okay, it's going to go Shopify, Nemesis, Omit. And Tony's going to say that. There's no way he says anything else. Now, the interesting thing about Omit, though, is do they lose to the open bracket team? Does he say anything about that?
Anybody best team in lower line is to a team. I don't think they're kind of talk a little bit about so Scrim only shop. I think if Shopify Rebellion would have won Arlington and then came into Scrim's last
breakfast sandwiches.
Kind of fooling around, maybe trolling a bit, maybe there's a here. What? Omits. So 12-3 to Envy and lost.
That's the juicy pool. But does he say that Omit lose to whoever's in the open bracket? Because there's a chance that that could happen. I mean, I just don't know who exactly is going to be.
I mean, obviously 4, and I think Omit should worry more. I mean, obviously in the moment you're worried about Shopify Rebellion, you're worried about Team Nemesis, but whoever comes out of that open bracket, especially like an Ether Gaming, for example, if they make it into here, you got to worry about whoever the hell
I rank all the teams in the order they're placed in the group as well. I did the exact same thing.
comes out of open bracket, because that team is going to be hungry.
Yeah, the open bracket team could give Omit some trouble. I wonder what the vibes are like on Omit right now, the chemistry between the players and how hungry they are to upset some of these rosters and prove that they're making the best out of their circumstances, right?
And there's a chance that not only
they could come back with a vengeance maybe in the lower bracket if they get out of pool comfortably. We'll see who they play.
Get into the winners bracket of pro play, but they better be careful. They better come in locked with whoever comes out of open bracket, because it's third place clan.
It'd be surprising to see anything other than FaZe, Cloud9, Zero Tenacity.
Bracket that amazing.
Cloud9 have showed a lot of inconsistency in their scrim stats recently, and maybe that gives Zero Tenacity like an in to win it, so who knows? But
example, I think also were very good. Cloud9.
I guess my heart says C9. I wouldn't want to see C9 falter and end up in lower bracket that early, but we'll see.
Did make a team change, finish out top 6. One game away from ultimately taking SSG spot in Championship Sunday and in the top 4.
Did Cloud9 play Zero Tenacity at Arlington? That'd be interesting.
Infamous and Dark in bracket play, losing out 3-1 to Team Nemesis. Team Nemesis were the hottest. Like if you're looking for a dark horse squad, it was definitely Team Nemesis. Again, something in my eyes. Sorry about that, guys.
You promised Complexity second? Yeah, the real question is like, is Envy online, like an onliner team a little bit, right? And does Complexity get a land glow up with Sparty and Mental enough to win in that matchup? Because on paper, or like according to online results, it should be Envy favored, but there's a chance that the things flip, that Envy doesn't look as good on land and Complexity looks better on land.
Team Nemesis were that good.
Top 7
I'm really
8.
not even surprised
we'll see.
by this result here, with just how good Team Nemesis were playing. Cloud9 drop into the lower bracket 3-2. Ether Gaming. Ether taking them to a game 5, just showing once again how good Ether Gaming are. Watch out for them if they're participating in open bracket. Cloud9 3-1 over Gen G. I like Gen G. I really liked Cloud9.
So they didn't get a chance to play Zero Tenacity. It would have been interesting if they played them already, and they could use that as a, because the teams are pretty close to what they were. You know, obviously Lethal's going to change things for Manny, but
really Zero Tenacity, not a bad performance at Arlington if you ask me. Joe can win tough mid to be in them. And very tough, and already getting some incredible reps right now are Zero Tenacity. That's why you're seeing a lot of matchups against North American rosters. It's Zero Tenacity's turn to come in.
Damn, they got 12-0'd by Nemesis. Wow. Is the gap that wide with Zero Tenacity and Nemesis? Like, is it continuing to grow? Like, this is actually really interesting. Obviously, it's just a scrim. They have another scrim with Nemesis. Like, they have scrim a lot. If that's just down there, if he scrolls down, I don't know. But what it might say is that Nemesis could be improving at like a staggering rate, and maybe the gap is widening between those two teams, giving you some, like some indication that Nemesis could come out even hotter at Dallas than they did at Arlington, which would be interesting. Incredible reps. That's funny, yeah. But the 12-0 is interesting though, man, because I don't like when I didn't watch a lot of them in their online tournaments and whatnot. I thought it was more contentious in the tournaments, right? This is like this is making me think that Nemesis has like there's a really noticeable gap that's forming between 1 and 2.
So let's start off with 11-2.
Wait, this is N. Where are we going here?
So
I changed it.
Let's start off with talking about FaZe Clan 12-3 over TSM. It's games and scrims in my opinion.
FaZe looking hella inconsistent recently, man. 7-6 over Complexity, 11-2'd by Envy, right? Super close with Complexity. 10-7 SSG is good looks, but then beat by TSM. They got 11-3'd by SSG before that, 11-4'd by Optic.
Opinion. I think 10-7 over SSG is a...
They got beat by TSM twice back to back. I didn't realize that, right? 8-6 and 9-6. They got 2 scrims to TSM they lost.
Good scrim. Losing out against TSM, I want to see them beat TSM. Losing out 11-3 against SSG, I would like to see Cloud9 on those scrim results, although they came in together to make this end results. Maybe Descendant, who Shopify the belly out against FaZe 10 days ago. That's abysmal. Precision did not look like himself on Complexity. The Precision that we saw in Complexity did not look comfortable. Maybe he is more comfortable on this roster. I mean, it's a different roster.
Yeah, I do think it's interesting that the dialogue, I guess because SSG is a team comprised of like multiple, like, you know, world champs, but some of them who won multiple championships, right? So people are like more focused on why is SSG underperforming, but FaZe being third seed and looking the way that they are in their pools, that's a dialogue too. But they're not getting hammered by the internet as much as SSG seem to be, right? I think maybe just the internet has higher expectations for SSG and their performance, even though, you know, FaZe is currently third seed. They look good at Arlington, I guess maybe is the reason why. But their pool play, or their scrims recently, inconsistent.
Now pair him with Precision. If Precision looks like he did in previous seasons or even in the online tournaments this season so far, and Descendant keeps doing what Descendant is doing,
I think it might be time to grind some Halo. I don't know about you guys.
Man. I mean, come on. Envy can pop off. We'll see what happens here. I will say again, I'm really at, but can't. I don't think SSG were that bad in scrims.
Does he say Complexity beats Envy or
even
no?
though, granted, it was up and down. I want to see Envy more on LAN as well. I really want to see Envy more on LAN. But again, I will say, I like
exactly the same as me. Safe predictions. This one's the hardest to call, but ultimately we're just literally just going in the order of the pools. Nicely done. General strats for each map and game type, like blocking spawn and utility room for bomb kind of thing. Yeah, there aren't really a lot of videos that do stuff like that. I talk about it in my one-on-one coaching sessions. We kind of go through different maps and the strategies for maps, like, you know, for each one that I VOD review. So whenever I VOD review something with a student, usually I have like general strategy kind of guide type conversations before we jump into the VOD. But yeah. As far as like videos that I've made, just outlining that, not too much. Something like this would be a good example though. It doesn't talk about blocking stuff, but like, it's been a while since I've made a video like this when I review somebody else's gameplay. And we do like a basic overview of being here. He's blocking the spawn in this location and forcing the how to play the map, right? What does a perfect flag run look like on this map? Let's say you got an opportunity. All 4 players are dead. You only need 2 players to make this work. You need one obviously on the flag and one in the hut. The first player should get in the hut. This is the start. This player is important. By being here, he's blocking the spawn in this location and forcing the enemy to spawn across from them in this corner of the map over here. And the second player is obviously running the flag. As he's running it, he runs it this direction, down through the underpass, up through the tunnel, and then into the capture. This player up on hut is supporting him. He's shooting the spawners. He's keeping them back. You know, if you have good timing and the players just died, that might be all that you need. But depending on how things go, it'd be more ideal to have a third player up in this window as well, right? This is a great complement. If anybody ever overextends, he's got a sight line to catch anybody in the long haul. He can shoot them earlier from this position, and we can work off of the sight line with the players in the hut to keep the spawners contained. If you got a fourth player, even better. He can be like up here in this window, assisting with the cross and maybe filling in the hut position. Let's say if the flag carrier dies, the guy in the hut can drop down, pick it up. The guy who was on the bridge can fill in the hut, and we're working together. We're keeping the spawns contained, allowing that flag to come through. There's 3 main directions to run the flag. But right, and kind of just going through like general strategy in the lead up to breaking down this guy's gameplay, who's like a diamond player, basically. But something like that, I think it would be helpful. I recommend this video to students for anybody that I do a Forbidden CTF VOD review for, and then I just link that as well. But doing something like that for every map would be helpful. It's just like the amount of time required to do that and the return on investment makes it hard to justify, because I've been making videos like that for a long time, right? And while I appreciate all the support and the, you know, everything I've learned in the process, it's hard to keep it up. You know, streaming is much more lucrative. It's better for me building a community at the moment. Got to try to find a balancing act where I don't have to like completely exhaust myself making this content and also making something that people find really, really valuable and a lot of people want to watch, you know? Yeah. What's up, Salsa? What we got this weekend? My brain tells me Optic. They kind of seem like they're in the best position to win. But, you know, once again, it's between Optic and SR. It's kind of like a 50-50 Salsa. Thank you, Enzilla. Watch the LVT video if you haven't. I assume you saw it. And that's kind of what led to the conversation. But that LVT video is really good too. It's not, once again, it's not going through general strategy on the maps. It's more so breaking down a scenario. But it's still really cool. What I do have, I've been talking about this forever and just not making the video, is warm up and practice guide for the game. So you can at least do that to build your ability, like just ideas to build your aim, your movement, your mechanics, etc., and all the different maps that I use to warm up and like practice, or things that I've recommended to students to practice. We don't have a lot of people in the chat chilling right now, but I was kind of curious to know what you guys think of the badges in progress that have been made for me. I know Discord checked them out already. Hold on. Oh, this will be good for the disc as well. Okay. So.
Slayer.
No, Taco, these are badges. So this will go beside your name.
Out to seize the enemy.
All right, what do you think? How to play without the perfect scenario, like teammates pushing too far, blocking all the spawns, etc. Well, I mean, understanding how to react when that happens. Like, so once again, my VOD reviews, when I VOD review students, we talk about a lot of these things in the actual scenarios. It's just not like super... It's not like a quick 5-minute layout, you know? It's more like a longer form content. You guys like these? Kind of cool? So the idea is, I guess, what? 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years? You like that word total? Kind of cool, right? Okay, so the influence behind this is like, it's like a combination of a Shy Guy plus the Mandalorian from This Is a Way. And then including my beard, I guess, in the bottom of it as it like evolves. But also Spartan, like Greek mythology Spartans, I guess, is something that came to mind when I saw these helmets. So it goes from a hood to the Spartan fin, right? Or plume, whatever they call it. And then the face comes in. Now, chat had recommended that we try an Onyx style coloring. So what do you think of these? So let me know what you like the best. He gave me 3 options for, this is the ultimate, like, 2-year or tier 3. I guess if you're a tier 3 sub, you would get this icon beside your name. There's probably a way for me to do that. These are the tier 3, like, markups right now. Which one do you guys like the best? Forgot the comb and the beard? Yeah, maybe that could be a different emote or something. How do you get the red beard? If you want the red beard, you got to be the 2-year subscriber or a tier 3 sub is kind of how it's going to be. The Onyx one, hands down. Well, so this looks more Onyxy, I guess, on the left, the far left. Is that you guys think that's the best one of the options? Like, because it would be this over the red one. The red one looks more complete. Interesting. All the same components are used, just different colors. I'll throw that in the Discord too. Yeah, like I like the red one too. Not even a contest? You guys are talking about number 1? Yeah, we just watched this swagging. It was really good, yeah. Red is the best? Come on, y'all. Yeah, see, this is tough because it's like we're just, people are going to want different things, basically. I think the red one looks kind of cool. The Onyx one looks like Onyx colors, but yeah. Make the beard purple? That just doesn't make sense. Come on. I guess red beards aren't that common either, like this. The red stands out. It definitely pops. What if, like... What if this one was the Onyx one, and then we keep the red one? I don't even know. They look pretty similar anyway. It goes Onyx, and then it goes, like, whatever that is. So we turn this one into the Onyx one? Anyway, look, this is the first iteration of our sub badges. There's 6 for now. Over time, we're going to make modifications and evolve this, I assume. But I think this is a pretty cool step forward, you know? So, terrible MM experience. If you're a good player, but try to start from the bottom. Yeah, I hear you, Minning. It's not ideal. The silver beard doesn't pop. The silver beard? This is the it's supposed to be black beard. But yeah, it's got like silver in it. You think it doesn't pop as much as... Yeah, I mean, the gold beard is kind of nice. That's definitely true. I do like the gold beard. I don't even know. I think we can't go wrong, bro. I don't think we can go wrong. These kind of hit the way they are. I think no matter what, it's going to be cool. Yeah, the subs that I showed the other day were... So these are like emotes. And then... So I got changes to colors of stuff. Like this is the way is... we're trying this where it's like silver and just the way is gold. And then Damn Good Halo being red and gold instead of green. And good is pronounced over it. And then the G is pronounced over the green DGH. Like that. Optic Glaze is now green with white glaze. Versus the orange. Basically. I think the big Game 5 baby and Biased are going to stay the way they are. That's what we're looking at. Hopefully you guys like that. What if the red one with the gold and a purple helmet? I don't know. We're getting... Maybe. Things getting complicated. They're all clean. Thank you, guys. Okay, well, expect this to be good to go tomorrow. That's the plan. I got to figure it out tomorrow. We can roll these out so that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we've got new emotes and new badges. Maybe a little bit more incentive to sub and to get the hype train going and whatnot for the weekend. So, and to give you guys a little bit more for your investment, which I appreciate. Spam demon helmet. Oh, without a doubt. It's the same issue I had last night. Input delay. What skin? It's the Envy skin. I don't feel like the delay was this bad when I used to stream, but I don't know. Gold helmet, purple hair on the red beard face. Too much, bro. The only skin set you bought? Wow. Dedicated. They warned us the moment the game came out that this was the one that was going to get vaulted right away, right? So I was like, all right, I'll buy it. But I guess it's coming back now. It's relevant now. Be cool to see the return of other orgs like United and whatnot that kind of disappeared. Oh, my hands are sticky. I did too. Yeah, the Envy skin H5. Yeah, but for good reason. Like Envy at one point was like the top team, right? 2017. It's not back in the game, no, but it probably will be. I just don't know when. I wouldn't be surprised if they did like a launch, soft launch type thing at the venue during Dreamhack. That would be smart, but who knows? You got to wonder, how hard is it to unvault something, right? Like, is it that complicated? I really don't know. It's already in the game. It's just a matter of making it accessible. My controller overclocked. It is not overclocked, no. As far as the latency thing, though, right? Is that what you're talking about? Because I don't think you can't overclock a standard Xbox controller. I don't wash my hands. Give me a second. Be a new warm-up map? I mean, I do other things to warm up sometimes, but this is just so straightforward, you know? When I'm streaming. But yeah, probably would benefit from that. Yeah, it's probably not hard. Who knows? Delayed. Off this? You can't. No. This is just flat, right? These green pads are spawn points, right? Like, I just turn the spawn off and back on. So if I don't want them to spawn in a certain area, I can choose that, right? Yeah, no problem. It's a cool map, right? We do need more maps like this, though. Good, like, practice areas or something. Or just add to this. I never used this stuff, but, like, he added skill jumps, right? Like, this is the recharge. Or, no, this is... Wait, what is this? This can't be recharge, right? I think that's supposed to be recharge. It's just not... It's not identical. This is live fire. C jump. Low key, I think this is harder to hit than the actual live. It's higher. I can tell it's higher, basically. Yeah. The heights are different. Damn. Type aimbot, exclamation mark aimbot in the chat. Hey, CC. CC, I was lurking in your stream recently, and you're getting, like, pretty good at the game, girl. Like, you're kind of cracked. I'm like, damn. I don't know. Good for you. Hope you're doing well. Wait, I'm playing? I know. I'm like, meanwhile, I don't even play this game anymore. I'm feeling hella slop. But yeah, respect. Forza has AI opponents on people on your friends list? Oh, yeah, like a ghost. Like racing a ghost. Uncle Turd. Thank you, bro. Welcome. Yeah, that, like, tracks, like, the way you race. That's pretty cool. I wish Halo had something like that. I think Halo's a little bit more... There's more nuance to it. Need my help with skill jumps? No problem. Maybe you can help me shoot better or something, because I don't know, you're looking pretty good. I mean, I'm always down to help. Any way I can. Just feel free to hit me up. Felt the skill jumps? Yeah. I don't know what it is, like... There's definitely a learning process that, like, you can practice and master it. I do find that, like, some jumps just... Like, I'll see pros miss the C jump, you know? Some of it's just more intuitive, I think, for some people than others, or maybe for certain control schemes. But as far as, like, pointing out what's going wrong, I can do that for you. What appears to be going wrong, at least. Any on live fire, yeah. I'll trade you my skill jump ability for somebody's aim. War Turtle, hey, with the gifted. Let's go. CC, welcome.
That is just good
Big
Halo
plays.
right there. That is just damn good.
We're here at 1,105. We got to rebuild. I've been saying that all week. Thank you, War Turtle. Oh, CC, wait, check this out. So I just was showing my viewers. I'm adding badges and emotes. Tomorrow is the plan. These are new badges coming. And then this are these like text emotes. We changed some of them. Some of them are going to be changed a little bit, but basically just, you know, now that you're subbed, your badge will change. Yes, Canadian tomorrow, you guys know how I say it. Kind of cool, right? Are you going to Dallas, by the way? Yeah. Chat gets upset because I say elbow, like with A, elbow, instead of elbow. They pointed out all my flaws. Milk? Wait, how do you say milk? Milk. I don't know. What's the correct way to say milk? I can't think of another way to say milk. Wait, what? Milk? I don't even fucking know. It'll be the last one for a while? Oh no. You're not gonna go to Worlds? Milk. Oh, milk. Ah. No, I say milk with an I. Malk with an A.
Municipal employees, rejoice.
How do I warm up for game speed? I just jumped into a ranked match or what? Game speed? Like my reflexes need something after this? Yeah. I mean, as far as like movement, there's definitely stuff I'm doing with my mechanics. I'm like jumping off these pillars while trying to hit shots, right? Jeez, bro. I don't know. I've been seeing it all over my timeline. People want a Bandit Starts social playlist, and I agree with that. It'd be nice if there was just one playlist that had Bandit Starts that wasn't like BTB. The quick play playlist in Halo 5 was god tier. So good. It was just the best 3 maps: Truth, Plaza, and what is it? And Coliseum. Like Slayer with Magnum, like competitive settings, basically. You think Halo would benefit from Omni movement or even wall running? I don't know about wall running. I think as long as the movement feels competitively balanced with like a high risk reward, then it could potentially work. Wall running sounds kind of crazy though, but who knows? It has to be like difficult to do. It can't just be like super free, you know? I'll have some big life changes coming, hopefully sooner than later. But if that's the case, I'm not sure. Okay. No pressure. Hopefully I get to see you at some point at an event, CC. I won't be going to Dallas. I don't know about Worlds. I hope I go to Worlds, but we'll see. Only reason you play BTB is to practice? Yeah, I kind of just throw myself into ranked, and that's about it. Like, a good way to warm up maybe reactions would be like what you could do is go to custom browser and then find one of these octagons. See, these guys are playing. This is a Slayer live fire, like ranked settings. Like just jump into that, play an FFA with other people in the custom browser. These are all accessible. This is an octagon version 1, like Clutch Academy 1v1 thing. Like I could 1v1 some rando guy, but it's good warm up, right? So like that would be a good way to warm your bandit ability up without jumping into ranked. And whoever you fight might be like really good. I don't know. Did that tournament end? No, it didn't. Some craziness going on today on Twitch. This tournament. Do you know much about this tournament, CC, if you're watching? I'm not sure, Bogey. Bogey? Is that what I said? I'm not sure. MX tourney, that's all I know. Yeah. The viewership is actually like surprisingly good. A lot of streamers playing with decent like platforms, followings. And the host of the tournament has like 1.2 million followers or something like that. I don't know. Kind of crazy. I think either the Bandit is faster or it's identical. It's either identical or the Bandit is like slightly quicker. The Bandit used to be quicker, but they slower the rate of fire on the Bandit. So it's either less quicker than it was, or it's exactly identical. But the average time to kill a Bandit is going to be faster because it's easier and more reliable to hit a 5-shot with the Bandit than it is to hit a 4-shot perfect with the BR, right? So most of the time it's going to feel like the Bandit is a faster time to kill, even if it is identical, because it's just easier to hit a 5-shot. Yeah, BR is better at long range. It excels there, right? Because it's easier to get partial damage and to clean up 1-shots from long range. The BR, if you perfect it, I think it's identical time to kill. It's just harder to get a BR perfect. Halo 5 got ported to PC with crossplay. Would I get back on it? Yes. Along with the rest of the community. No, I don't know about the rest of the community. But other people would play it for sure. I would definitely give it a shot again.
Earn the most kills to win. Then contact the authorities.
Alright, I'm dead. Cleanups. Good cleanups. Excellent. 4 dead. Our camo. For some reason, we're not getting it. It's kind of not being on my part. Can't move. Put the spawns and I just could not get out of the position. You shot him once, just shoot him once, bro. It sucks. Behind me. Yeah, fuck. He went under through blue pipes. So. I don't know about that, CC. Thank you. If my teammate shot with me in Whirlpool, I gotta... Oh, no! Oh, what the fuck? Would have died.
Active ammo. Inbound.
No help in that fight is crazy. Oh no. Terrible teammate.
inbound.
Jesus.
Rifle available.
And shit. Oh, nothing. Thank you, Samantha. Let's get it. Kill him, shoot him, make him die. Oh, he almost gave it to me. What? How'd I die there?
Active ammo. Inbound.
Oh my god. Is this bad timing?
Bullets. Active camo available.
Thank you. Fuck, and he doesn't die. Okay. Still getting good traction? The video or the actual game? Like, is the game actually populated? Can't be that populated.
Nearing victory.
I'm dead.
Bullets. Successfully delivered.
I'll take it. Oh no. One more sub for the Crunchyroll thing. Samantha, she has one. Yeah. Oh no. We're gonna be right here. Cool. Yeah, give it the instincts. Search preference to matchmaking if you want to match more solo people. Like, so the game used to have the solo duo component to the playlist as well, right? Where you could only play, and it does still, I guess, if you're ranked high enough. I think the issue, it all comes down to population.
That is just good Halo right there.
That is just damn good Halo.
Oh my god.
War Turtle, thank you for the gifted instinct. Welcome. Let's go. They did that for a little bit. Yeah. So it really just kind of comes down to population. Like, unfortunately, the population of the playlist is very low right now. So any sort of like parameters set to specify what you're looking for is just going to lead to even longer queue times that are already long. You know, for a lot of people, they're already long. So, but yes, if with a larger population, stuff like that would be a great idea. And Infinite launched with something sort of like that, with like four stack cross play or like duo queue. It's the envy coding. That's correct. Yeah. Are you playing CC? Are you grinding right now? It's not out yet, I guess, right? Because it's like vaulted. So I thought it's probably gonna come back. It's gonna get unvaulted.
Capture the flag.
Bro, I haven't played CTF on Pit in a long time. Mm-hmm. Sure, let's go this way. It's kind of laggy. Oh, 70 ping. I was like, why does that look so laggy?
Our forces have seized the enemy flag.
There's got to be a way for me to avoid the solo fights. Good run.
Flag captured.
Still play this game? I mean, I have to play it sometimes. I don't play very much, but can't just watch the game and not play ever. I'm alive right now.
In my sights.
Enemy flags in.
I liked watching Pit in HCS. Playing it is not as fun. Guys are, bro. They're gonna read that fuck. He didn't fire a shot. He didn't do any damage.
Powerful munitions en route. The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Enemy captured your flag.
All weapons have
Brother, crazy. I'm never accounting for the ping. 102. Oh, bro, I'm trying to just get on my scope.
Please remain calm.
Should have just gone through long. Nice, it's everybody. They're spawning Mauler though.
Flag return.
He wrapped around.
In my sight.
Yeah. And what happened to the guy who was behind me? I thought he was still alive.
Your power items are ready for pickup.
I agree, Steezy. Save that flag.
Enemy flag returned.
It is a weird feature, Camden. The Xbox reticle is like unique.
Power weapons incoming. Our forces have seized the enemy flag. Power weapons available for procurement.
How does that bounce that way? Lethal, just look at anything.
In our flag, we have eyes on the enemy flag.
That's not a headshot.
The enemy carrier has revealed themselves.
Ridiculous.
Enemy Spartans are closing in. 5 minutes remaining.
In our flag, take it back.
This is good.
Power items have shipped. Please collect your power items.
Flag returned. Flag captured.
I don't know why I thought there was a snipe on the floor.
Plasma grenades acquired. Enemy flags in. Vital signs not found.
Why are we not running it? Why are we not running? What happened? How did it get... There's a guy green? I don't know why we didn't run that. We had good timing. Good positioning. We're taking our time. We're not gonna get it now.
Enemy flag returned.
Power weapons.
A team?
Requisitioned.
Pull the flag. Pull the flag. They split spawn because we're pushing tower way too hard. Ay, caramba. I can't hit a shot.
Power items in signs. Not found.
Enemy flag returned.
Successfully delivered.
Flag returned.
We've lost a teammate.
No team help. Just sucks. Why, like,
Flag.
there's got to be a way to, yeah, just team cross that. What's up, Rusty? Hold on. We're just taking too long. Like, if I was the guy to run the flag, anyway.
Enemy flag returned. 30 seconds remaining.
Only they pulled their flag.
Tie. Overtime. 5 minutes.
Shoot the lag.
Beware of hitchhikers.
Sweet. Lethal's just running in with all the equipment without any team help.
Oh, that is just good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo. My God.
Hostile, thank you. Welcome back. Hold on. Okay, that works.
Our attack rate is growing.
Welcome back, Hostile. Thank you for the 5 months resub. I appreciate you, brother. 1106. Okay.
Stay mobile.
Enemies over there.
He killed him or one shot? They're outplaying us. Yeah, that guy was one shot. Should not have gotten that kill on our team. Now we lose. Fuck. That's on me, though. I could have slayed way better.
Enemy captured your flag. Defeat.
Striker, I'm not sure, brother. Anybody in chat? Maybe no. I definitely should hostile at some point. Remove grenades hitting cracks in the floor and bouncing backwards. It didn't even hit a crack, Dylan. It hit like flat surface and bounced backwards. There was nothing there. It was kind of crazy. I'm trying for 2 days. No freaking way. It will let me toggle to use it. Sure, CC.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just chilling. Not sure how much I got in me.
Wow. 120. My gosh.
120 what?
On your volume on Discord, I was like, what is going on?
Oh, maybe I was quiet like last time you talked to me. Hold on. Did you get an invite in Discord?
Yerp.
Okay. So you've been putting in the work playing Halo? Looking kind of cracked?
Yeah.
You can carry me today?
We'll see about that.
Yeah.
I want that envy skin. I like it.
Thank you. What's
I'm
yours?
kind of kicking
Like
myself for
C9?
not buying it. Yeah.
I mean, it looks different with different armor sets and whatnot too, but I think with this pose, it looks kind of cool. In the lobby, it's like, it's all right. We'll see.
But it's vaulted, you know? It's valued.
I know, yeah. There's a few skins like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Cheeky business tactics. No, Barbosa. Oh my god.
Oddball.
Oh.
Ironical in here? That's kind of sweaty.
He's been grinding.
I hope so. They signed him with Luminon, right? That was kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play up pillars.
I'm going to snipe.
Two guys, big door. And he pushed up in the B immediately. There's two coming B side. Through, like, flanking you guys nest. Yeah, he's bottom.
Sandbags.
Nice kill.
Banana head. Bottom middle. Two of them there. There's three of them down there. And one on sands.
Yeah, they're very weak bottom mid.
Yeah, they're trying to go for camo. I'm gonna
I'm
go.
with you, I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm going to dummies. They're probably gonna get that, but yeah, there's one dead on it.
There's one weak with it. Akita. You just activated Akita somewhere.
Where do we spawn at?
They're spawning B, I think.
Oh, we spawn dummies. They're probably already pushing C as well. Oh, nice. I'm gonna go play this in tower.
One shot A plat. Trying to snipe me.
Sandbags.
You might be getting pushed by camo.
There's one camo, yeah.
Where?
Camo.
I'm nading the shit out of you. He's hitting.
Oh no. I would have just given you the ball. You just had to ask.
I was trying to like help you. I don't even know. Just like nuke the shit out of you. You die together. I don't care.
Bottom middle.
Top mid
I'm gonna
right now,
cut
I think
this
we
ball guy
snipe.
off.
We
Ball
have,
guy's dead.
have shields top mid. We snipe.
Dummies as well.
Bottom mid. One shot bottom mid. Keydor, there's two one shots. Keydor.
There's one pillars as well.
Keydor one shot going OS. Uncut still one shot.
There's three of them dummy door.
Bottom mid somewhere. Three dead. Our ball. I'm spawning them B.
He's fighting last one top middle.
Wait, I don't know where I'm spawning them. Okay. I spawned the
They're gonna
dummies, I guess.
spawn
Yeah, I thought like with three dead we had guaranteed control there.
Fuck.
That's
There's
crazy.
On B as well. I hear another guy next to me, but I don't know where he's top middle. One shot top mid, going in the vent.
Hitting a plat.
Going sandbags right now.
It's A plat weak.
Enemy shields down.
Ooh, that nade. That was a beautiful nade, sir.
Camo.
Ironical. One's... Ah! One shot on ball. Ball is alone for right now.
I'm me on camo.
He's looking at you.
I know. Fuck. Camo dropped on the other side of the pillar. Should be able to get it.
There's one sands as well. One shot top middle.
He backed out to sandbags. Oh, no, he didn't.
Sniper available.
Shots on ball.
Dude, I dropped snipe on A plat. 2 easy opportunities.
Yeah, there's a guy right here who's messing with me. Ooh, there's 2 on me. Oh, I didn't stick him. Still sniping window.
That's a good one, John.
Our teammate keeps solo pushing it.
Screen's weak.
On
In A
screens,
still,
I
back
hear-
A on the pillar. He's weak, 1 shot.
Oops.
Successfully delivered.
I should have just delayed that a little bit longer.
I just got 3 blanks in a row.
Classic.
Top middle. He's dead.
Yeah, you're right, John. I can't aim, bro. That's actually fucking crazy. 1 shot in A, he's literally 1 bullet.
There's 2 1-shots. I got one of them. There's another one in there 1 shot.
Yeah, sandbags weak.
Is this y'all's portal? I'm assuming it is. No, it's not. There's a guy back B.
A plat, still A plat.
Yeah, A plat. He's going rat.
It's on me, I got double somehow. Coming out nest. Key door, 1 shot.
There's 2 on sands. Oh my god. I'm dead.
Active camo available.
Enemy team nearing victory.
1 shot camo. Camo dead.
This ball guy should be relatively weak.
We have the ball.
Ooh, what a nade.
On camera right now.
Our guy's about to die sandbags.
Dead too. They're 2 pushing
I don't
screens.
love
2
that.
pushing screens.
There's 3 that collapsed on me.
That's where we get around. Just getting slaughtered playing this on stream, bro.
It's hard.
I don't know. My PC can't take it or something. It feels like I get extra input latency.
Honestly, it's been the game lately too. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, there is a significant difference when you're streaming, but even when you're not streaming, like, I don't have anything else pulled up in the background. I'm still getting blank galore.
1 shot bottom tower.
Teammate.
1 shot top mid. Oh my god.
I naded the shit out of that.
Stay on you.
There's 1 dummy door and 1 bottom middle. He's team naded the fuck out of you.
I know. I made a bad rotate.
Camo available.
There's a guy on camo right here.
1 shot on camo. Very weak on camo.
Dead. It's these push. I don't know what it is about this push, but it's not doing well for us.
Top A plat.
Here you. He's top middle.
Yeah, he dropped. He's weak bottom.
I'm gonna play this out in B.
Bottom mid right now.
Nope. B is on me.
Spawning dummies.
You tossed it. There's gonna be a guy on B side still, possibly sandbags.
Weak and key door. There's 2 there. Very weak. Nice.
1 shot.
Where?
On jail. There's 2. Our teammate just got freaking stuck with a frag.
They're both 1 shot. Should be easy cleanups for this guy.
Bridge. One's going sandbags. One's jail. Why do they keep solo pushing that like that? There's one key door. Jail, one shot.
Alert. Translocator.
Trying to pinch it.
He's still down here.
There's two on me. On three big door jail. And like all over it. Still big door weak.
Yeah.
One shot backing up. Back cave very weak. One shot on the pillar. Nice, nice, nice. Thank you, Godly. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. You're gonna be on camera.
Three dead right now. There's one pushing nest right here. And pillars, nest and pillars. Our teammates are getting hit hard over there.
Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna be pushing from big door.
I don't see that. On bottom mid right now, Keeter.
They're on me.
One shot on you, one shot on you. Very weak, very nice.
I traded. There's another one that's in big door. One went jail. He had a QT.
S7.
Yeah, he QT'd back.
Oh, what the fuck is that? Oh, he's teabagging me. He portal back. They're in B.
Big door and big door right now weak, and then pinching you as well.
There's two.
Yeah.
Two bottom.
Team is fighting each other. I'm not really sure what's going on.
Okay.
Confusing.
Don't know.
Rat tunnel.
He's still down there, like key door.
Yep, there's two dead. Sandbags weak. Key door.
This banana guy is on me.
Trying to get to you. Good live.
Yeah, I got a couple shots on him. We're fighting in C. Why? I spawned C.
Just waiting on the fucking point, bro. Insanity. There's like three pinching me. Back A, one shot. Nice. On the ball. They just baited him with ball.
There's gonna be one like key door.
Yep.
He's near me somewhere.
Quad child the same. Did you see that shit? I don't even know. It's like one guy out key door, two guys sandbags, and one on small door, all at the exact same frame. Insane.
I'm gonna do a different route than you guys.
Sandbags weak, screen's weak. A plat right now, A plat. Nice.
My big. He chased me.
Yeah, that's everybody.
I've been ball kittening.
I have not been playing it at all. On OS already.
This one B.
Do not lose control.
Oh, teammate, please look. There's two. I don't.
Don't advise.
No, I don't advise. Sandbags, two big door.
Just one shot on A, big door. Fuck, just alone here.
Yeah. One shot pillars. Abso pillars. I want to see sand.
C plat, weak.
They're also sandbags, and they haven't gotten sniper yet. I got it. What are we fighting? Key door.
Still key.
What the fuck is that? One shot camo, one shot camo.
He's gonna kill me too now. Two on the right plot. How you doing?
Oh, he's sitting stands.
Yeah, B.
Enemy team nearing victory. Ball dropped.
That's now.
C plat.
And he kills me without a... Oh my god.
Yeah, this isn't going too hot.
Enemy has the ball.
All guys won.
He's a one shot.
Yeah.
Ball out of bounds.
It's ours now.
Ball incoming. 30 seconds remaining. We have the ball.
How am I soloing this? I'm just soloing this for like the end of time. We're running away from each
I-
other. I replaced him and he didn't come back. It's crazy.
That's why I was kind of confused. Initially, they're not really playing for OBJ either.
10 seconds.
Hell yeah.
Alright, that's my bad.
Nah, I couldn't do anything. It's like every time I had the ball too, it's like I immediately, like everyone started going on the other side of the map.
Yeah, a lot of awkward moments for sure.
Yeah, be like that.
18 assists, bro. What the fuck?
My assists were looking scrawny. See, Neurotical was putting a ton of damage down, but it never felt like he was anywhere near me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the end of that sucked. I don't know. People can do so much off a pillar in this game. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
If I could change one thing about my journey, where I am now, what would it be? I don't know. I like it the way it is. How about that? GG's, Nebulix. From the UK? Oh. That explains a lot. No, I'm kidding.
You sound like me.
Strongholds.
Yeah, I mean, just a bad game out of me all around. 4 stack. Let's go.
Control multiple zones to
I'm not doing what I usually do. Pillars. He's got a green gun, pillars.
Up there as well.
He's gonna be waiting.
2 one shots
Yeah.
on me.
Pillars, still green
Supply.
gun.
We're all dead.
We're all dead. We're all dead. Yeah. Why is my game making no sounds? I love that.
Enemy team score.
There's a guy with green gun at B.
not found. Active camo available.
I'm trying to help you. Nice.
You cap her.
There's a guy with sniper. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. They're spawning mud.
Yeah. First thing he did is snipe me. I thought it was clear. On Nest right now. Nest with sniper.
I don't
Teammate
love
should have
that.
it. Oh my god, he gets shit on. Oh, bottom snipe box. Or Nest box.
We captured Bravo. Stronghold Alpha. Locked.
Ah! God, level nades.
Please take.
There's 2 there.
Instant
One
death
shot
for
back
me.
green. I spawned screens. Our guy died.
Life expectancy.
Behind me on cuts. Good.
Stronghold.
If this guy says one more word to me, you might have to meet me.
Okay.
One shot back green, and then there's one pillars. He just apes me? Weirdo. I spawned dummies. I traded.
I mean, this has come from the guy who just got his head ripped off killing sniper.
Translocator available for acquisition.
One shot in dark side. Jiggle peeking his life away.
Quite dead. After one shot as well, and then yeah, pillars or something. Pillars weak. Pretty dead.
GG's, bro. I'm done for the night, man.
Yeah, you and me both, bro.
Fucking diamond players on my team.
Lol. Oh no, he got ninja.
The guy who just said that was one who got ninja? No freaking way.
I got 2. There's one back tower. Alright. Winnable, winnable.
Actually, though.
I'm getting hit by his camo.
Where?
On B. And sandbags. Sandbags is weak with
He's one
camo.
bullet.
He's on camo, like by the nades. He's on pistol.
Stays it.
Nice. I'm gonna come with you to A. They're gonna be pushing you from B immediately. Sandbags. Going sniper.
Yep.
They got snipe. I'm gonna come help with B.
I training as well. In training right now.
Here. Hiding back green?
Hiding back green, I guess.
No melee.
Oh my god. S-bridge and tower.
Right,
In B, on me.
over there. He's one. He's
We
one.
got me in B, one shot. I got stuck.
One shot white wall. Where is our teammate going? Oh god, this is gonna be one of those nights where we don't have teammates who are cooperating.
Just feeling that way.
I'm gonna come with you in here. Yeah.
Hiding B, hiding B. One shot B. You're fighting A? You got that?
Yeah, I was helping this guy out in here. I'm coming. I'm gonna clear back B. They're on C right now.
Icebox?
He's still there.
A plat and big door.
Nest. I hate this.
Trying to just get any damage I can. Trippy, holy shit! Joey with the raid. No way, man. Thank you so much. Welcome, guys. We're just kind of chilling, playing ranked. Good luck at the event if that's your last stream. Trippy. Hope you kill it, man. Super awesome watching your POV last time. Welcome, Slow Dive. Let's go.
These guys like to play really ratty.
Yeah. As you say it, he's literally hiding in the box.
Yep. Why are you rechalling that, you psycho?
This is chaos. There's 3 on B right now.
I just got hella teammated. Oh my good heavens. I got camo.
One shot back
Oh,
B.
Jade's kidding.
This is the way.
This is the way.
We have 2
Thank
dead.
you, Teke. Welcome. I died again, bro.
Oh no, this is like impossible right now. Oh my god. There's another one on C going your dice. Nice, 2 dead, 3 dead. We're in A. I'm gonna just stay in here in A with this guy. Our teammate just went to B. I'm gonna come help you. There's a guy in cuts or something.
Cuts, yep. He stuck us both? Like, come on. Holy fuck. Just casually made a god play.
No.
C plat. Perfect. Please kill him. What is he doing? He's trolling.
Okay.
He's not weak enough. There's one in there.
One shot dice.
Still one somehow. You got that? Nice.
Yeah, there's a
Watching
guy
your big
pushing
door.
from sand. Yeah, there's sandbags right now.
Nice big door. One shot.
There's gonna be a one shot in A.
There's one in C now.
Yeah, there's still one like rat or something. Watch your key. There's a guy right here at my nest.
Yeah, he's still nest. Fighting me C plat. I can't hit a bullet.
Pillars.
Sucks.
Oh fuck. He was on the other side.
Active ammo available. Not found.
I don't even know where I'm jumping. I'm not gonna lie at this point.
Yeah. I'm just trying to
They have
go
camo on
with you,
screens.
but-
Yeah. Just doing too much.
Translocator is on.
She's literally one-shot cuts with camo.
Yeah, I'm fighting 2 on B right now.
I'm trying to fight that. He's back B still.
One shot. I traded. Behind you guys on bridge as well. Bridge.
Dead from bridge.
And sandbags. Alright, Mr. Dopamine. There's one mud right now.
On an OS as well. Cuts.
Once I can get them away from each other, I can pivot them just fine.
Yep.
One shot
back training,
pillars.
one shot.
Absolute pillars. Our teammate just naded the shit out of you.
Yeah, he's still in B and he got all of his shields back. Sucks. They're all in
Yeah,
pillars in B. We gotta go C quick.
Team nade was killer.
In C, in C, in C. Oh no, it's awkward.
Enemy team score.
Yeah. Cuts.
Sniper available.
Mr. Perfect's giving a pivoted. Pillars 2. Whoa, 2 pillars. One's got sniper.
What's up? Sorry, I can't read your name, bro. It's like a weird color. My bad. Welcome to the chat.
This was very chalked, I fear.
Yep. Can we get in quick? I can't shoot
Possibly.
a bullet.
Nor.
Not
I'm
gonna
so
lie,
glad that
CC. Sorry, what's up?
What's wrong? Are you getting off?
Well, I think I'm just gonna get some dinner. I might be down to play off stream or something if you want to.
Okay. I'm only gonna stay on a little bit longer. I gotta pack up my controller.
Are you streaming?
No.
Oh, okay, okay. All right, no worries.
Nope.
Just want to send the viewers over to you.
No. All right.
Next
well,
time.
GG's.
GG's.
I'll hit you up when I'm back from Dallas.
Cool. Sounds good. All right. Have a
All
good
right,
trip.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh man, that's gonna do it for me, guys. GG's, Nebulix. What is that name? Exerts, bro. The text like color is the same color as like the background of the chat almost. It's like a very dark purple kind of. Randomly. Okay. I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna send you guys over to Eli X. See you, Rice. Go give Eli some love. Definitely locking in for Friday. Not sure what's gonna happen for Thursday. Just kind of once again counting down the days, saving up the energy, bringing our A game on Friday. But hopefully we keep the stream grind consistent at the very least, and come say hi or something. GG's Instinct. I'll see you, BR. All right. Have a good night, guys. Same with YouTube, Raphael, Tiller, Metro.